Yeah. Hi, everybody. Pleasure to meet you all. As I just said, I'm Jax. First off, just want to thank Darrington Press for this wonderful game that we're all enjoying at the moment. Obviously, it's in the beta stages. There's lots of bits that are going to be tweaked and changed. Looking forward to Tuesday for that. I wanted to make a quick note about AI stuff. There might be the odd use of AI art in this, and for that, we take no credit at all. The only reason I've included a little bit of it is for immersion purposes. We don't really condone it. We're having character art commissioned, so just to get that on a level.
Hello?
Guys.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Nope.
We can hear. Going into so basically, we had 15 people submit character sheets for this campaign. It's something that we've been working on for a while. To be fair, we did one-on-one sessions with everybody, which was fun, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fun.
You guys sound so enthusiastic about that. Okay. Note to
Come on,
self,
we're
no
on
more
this.
one-on-ones. We then went into pre-sessions where a couple of the players met each other, which was awesome. I think we all had a lot of fun with that, right?
Oh, that was
Yes,
sick.
we did.
Yes. Woo!
Yeah, that
Everybody
was...
just ignoring the gun under the table.
Yeah, guys are totally okay.
Edonys is a vast planet. Obviously, there's the main continent, which is this most northerly part. Let me get this up properly, and I'll grab one of these. Yeah, this. Oh man, where's it? This is all the main continent. You have the Kalis mountain range in the middle, which kind of separates the two. We'll be starting the campaign over in this side, and yeah, this is Alathanthia, and what we'll do is we'll go around, we'll introduce the characters, and we'll talk a bit about where you are and what's happening. So let's start with the Mulligan and Rowan and Pan. Rowan, why don't you start us off? Tell us a bit
For
about your
sure.
character and what you're up to right
you
now.
got it. So Rowan is a human. He comes from a seafaring village on an island. Rowan is slightly tall for a human. He has a swimmer's build with deeply tanned skin and large calloused hands from several years of sailing. You swear at a glance you may be able to see some natural webbing in between his fingers. Disheveled black shoulder-length hair is hidden under his hood at most times, but a short beard gripping his jawline can usually be seen from under the hood. When the hood is off, you can clearly see one eye is a bright sea green, but the other has an almost unsettling amber gold coloration. Dark circles are likely under his eyes, with wind and sun-damaged skin making him look perhaps a little older than his age of 27. Clothes are hidden well under a loose forest green cloak with an anchor pendant holding the cloak together below the neck. Various dark blues, greens, and leathers can be seen throughout the patchwork of clothes and armor under his cloak. Parts of a black bear's pelt is interwoven with dark gray chain armor in vulnerable spots, and dark gray metal rings and jewelry adorn his hands and around his neck. It's a patchwork of an outfit, but some cohesion can be found.
Sounds beautiful. I love it. I'm with you. You've obviously arrived in West Point, which is one of the most westerly points next to the Veiled Sea. Having traveled up the coast past Spirefall, and with you is the wonderful Pan. Pan, are you here?
Yeah,
Would you like to tell us about your character?
sure. Coming from another seafaring village, we have Pan Yosi, or Pan, who is a sort of 10 feet tall giant, lightly built musculature, wearing a handful Chinese clothing colored in reds and browns. A little bit of gold here and there. You see a slender face. And he is someone who has been traveling with his dear captain for a while now.
Oh yeah. You two are thick as thieves at this point, from my understanding.
It's a professional relationship.
I'd say so, yeah.
see where your little cursor's going. And West Point's just further up the coast, and you guys are aware of some sort of celebration that's taking place there. And having been looking to make wealth of some description, you decided to take the Mulligan up the coast on a little delivery mission. Augustus, he's gonna continue on up the coast with the Mulligan, leaving you guys at the docks of West Point. Also, bearing by sea, we have the wonderful Gwendolyn and the wonderful Gray. Gwendolyn, are you here?
Hi. So
Hello.
yeah, Gwendolyn is a young human girl, about 18. She is very minute. She is kind of fit, but very small for her age. She has a wild mane of red hair that are kind of kept, how do you say, kind of kept ordered by like beads and leather straps and things like that. She has green eyes, a very pale skin, lots of freckles, and she wears these comfortable and very practical clothes in the browns and greens of the forest. They are slightly too large for her, too big, but she walks in them with no problems. She carries a bow that is carved with these nature patterns and weird looking runes. And she's very young. She's clearly young, like you can see on her face. She looks around with wonder and awe at everything she sees. And she is traveling with this young wolf with a very bright gray mane and blue eyes, ice blue eyes. And she also has this very small albino owl on her shoulder that she spends a lot of time scratching his head.
And he loves the scritches. He'll sit there and his eyes will roll back into his head. And okay, with you is Gray. Gray.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Yes. So, Gray is a goblin. He's about 5'5". He's around 317 years old, but kind of looks visibly 30. Gray is pretty calm and warm, but stern when needed. He was born into a decently well-off kind of blue-collar family, and he spent a lot of time kind of in different battles and mercenary kind of bouts. And so you can kind of see that there's some sort of history there by the wear of his skin and the wrinkles and the kind of hardened experience. His choice of attire and clothing, he wears kind of a Peaky Blinders-esque kind of coat jacket, a nice vest, a good hat, and spends his time strolling around towns. He's kind of, he has a very straight and sturdy posture to him. And you can kind of see him walking around, but traveling now with Gwendolyn via boat. Yeah, we spent a long time building up a bit of an adventure guild and group within our town. Spent a few months kind of getting into grips with being adventurers and showing Gwendolyn the ropes. And Gray was annoyed for months by Gwendolyn of wanting joy and adventure, and so finally said, okay, cool, we'll pack up shop and we'll go have some fun for a little while.
She wore you down.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Along with Gray, you'll see strapped across his back is a kind of Western style longsword with a hilt in the shape of deer antlers, and sort of carved across the sword ancient runic symbols as well. So yeah.
Quite a beautiful sword. So there's a lot of travel happening up this coast. This is literally when it comes to the Veiled Sea, when the mists are a fair way off the coast itself. But all the travel up to the Northern Territories on the western side of Edonys happens up through this route. So Spireful, West Point are a good stop-off places and relatively well populated with ships. And yeah, you would have. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, and then we have the troublesome threesome. Curio, Clover, and Zahir. We'll start from the top. Let's start with Curio. Why don't you tell us a bit about yourself?
I don't know what there is to know. I'm just awesome. But since you don't know my awesomeness yet, I'm a dragon. I'm a fairy dragon. You don't have to go into all of the biology of it, but I have like the prettiest colors all around me, the blues, purples, and the greens, and my wings have the most prettiest shred of gold. I'm not too big, but I can get big. No, I can't. I'm lying. But I am the most awesomest dragon you're ever gonna meet, and I'm the most talented dragon you're ever gonna meet. So that's the most awesome thing about me. I carry around a gong and mallet, but if you turn my mallet upside down, you'll see something really interesting. Maybe it'll come up this second. But yeah, that's Griel,
What a delightful little dragon you are.
the most sweetest.
Wow. Let's see what Clover's all about.
Dude, I don't know why you always want to learn about me and my friends here, but the only thing you need to know is not to mess with me, okay? This right here is my friend C. We're best friends, been best friends since birth. Well, not actually since birth, but you know what I mean. As you can see, I wear some pretty red clothes, whatever I can find. Don't judge me on that. I like them to fit tightly around my skin, but not too tightly. Otherwise, I can't breathe in them. I have been artistry. I've been dancing and just doing weird shit all my life, so my body's pretty tough. I got some muscle, and I can climb a wall in 50 seconds. And I will bet on that, so look out for that. My hair is pretty short, kind of curly, black hair, with a single white stripe on it that I just paint there just because I'm awesome. And don't look too closely at my eye. I always wear a eye patch, and if I caught you looking at my face, I will punch you on your own fucking face. Yeah, that's me.
Noted. I'll keep my distance, okay? Okay, saving the best to last. Mr. Zahir.
Always. Zahir is a pale pink tiefling with short brown hair, white eyes with white irises. He's covered in runic tattoos that he did himself. He hails from Vandalin, away across the Salic Mountains. And I crossed all the way through the blind ways where I met the lovely Curio and my really new best friend. And I love them to bits. And also, I decided that traveling alone might not be the best idea. So I met Clover. Well, I won their heart, and they're my new best friend. And here we are just traveling across, and we saw the festival, and that's where we are at.
Yes, the evening before you'd arrived in West Point, and you found yourself in the Raxus Rise Inn. Very comfortable establishment as far as the establishments go in this area. But as far as West Point goes, so let's talk a bit about that. In the morning, which is where we're going to start the scene, the two ships docked up, and the large wooden slats lead in towards the town. The weather itself, there's a slight fog in the air, but it's dissipating with the sunlight that's bursting through. The sky is white cloud, but like I said, it's a bit misty because of the Veiled Sea over to your left. You can smell baked bread. You can smell the general hustle and bustle of day-to-day life. It's like it's not gritty per se. It's grimy. There's a slight grimy smell of people that are sweating and working hard just to get by in life. Kind of sums up this town in general. Overhead, you've got like seabirds and going crazy at each other for any scraps of food. And at this particular morning, there is a bustle of anticipation as various tents and stalls and a rather large central stage is being erected in the center. You can see little trails of bunting and just general festive vibes. In everybody that's walking past, there's a cheeriness to it all. Off on the far side of the town, the guys probably wouldn't see. I mean, Curio, Clover, and Zahir, you'd probably notice that there's a lot of people moving, not only down like the main thoroughfare through this town, but onwards past, ignoring the festivals. There's the odd one or two groups of people that just seem to be traveling for whatever purpose. And with that, we're gonna start with. Yeah, this is quite a quaint town. It generally keeps itself to itself. This particular town, you know, is a part of the Kingdom of Linte. It's fairly large because of the amount of trade that happens through this city. Let me grab my squiggly pen. So,
Can you grab Sam from the audience?
yeah, I thought it had been fixed. That's why I asked. Okay. Are you good now?
I'm good now. Sorry, I had to rejoin. It just automatically put me back in the audience.
No, you're good. 100%. Okay, so the Raxus Rise is this building here. So you guys know where you are currently. The majority of the market stuff is happening in this general area. I'll get rid of these in a second. Obviously, these are the docks. And one boat would be here. The other group would be here. In front of you, you see a rather dirty looking building here. And the wind is blowing in this general direction. The smell of baked goods is heavy on the air. So, Rowan and Pan, what would you like to do?
Mr. Pan, answer me this question. Do you
Yes.
like when you get off of the boat? Or do you prefer being on the sea?
I mean, after a while, my body kind of adjusts to like the rhythm of the boat kind of swaying in the winds, and I don't know, I kind of get a bit off balance after a while. I mean, I don't mind dry land, don't get me wrong, but sometimes a boat is nicer, you know what I mean?
I tell you the one thing I miss the most when I've been on the seas for a while, and that's the bloody food. Now, would you like to come get some warm food with me?
Hell yeah.
And then we'll figure out where the fuck we're supposed to deliver this package in this bustling zoo.
Okay. Are you guys asking if for places for food?
Yeah, you said like there was some warm bakery stuff going on. I'm
Yeah.
all up in there.
We have you have a variety of options. There's festivals happening. People are wanting to sell any kind of nourishment they can. So yeah, the smell of baked goods is up in this area. You have what looks to be like a public house here. And there's various like stalls in this area.
I think just for time-saving purposes, we'd probably just stop by one of the stalls.
Okie dokie. And whilst we'll come back to this, I want to see what Gwendolyn and Gray are doing.
Alright, you dragged us all the way half up the fucking river. Now what?
Now what? Can't you see the banners and the stalls? And can you smell the smell? Come on! And Gwendolyn like grabs your arm. Hey, come on! Can you see there's colors there and there's dancers there?
Okay,
And there's music there.
Alright, well, let's just take it one very bloody step at a time. Alright, well,
Can't we skip a couple of steps? Maybe jump there? I'm hungry.
alright,
We've been on the boat for days.
I smell bread, and where there's bread, there's a full stomach, and I'm keen for that. So let's point in the direction of bread.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go. But also, if you get some meat, for Zeke here, he likes meat. He doesn't really like bread.
Do I like get a sense of meat smell in the air at all?
Yeah, you'd probably find something like that in the market. I mean, there are like dozens of stalls about. I'm sure there'd be someone there that can help you out, I'd say.
All right, Gwenny. Well, keep a close link to me, but let's head over to the markets.
The moment you say keep a close link to me, you see Gwendolyn is already like 10 paces ahead.
Oh god,
looking around.
I'm running, I'm bolting like, oh gosh, okay.
I've never been to a city this big, and this festive, and this colorful.
Yeah,
Come on, you
can't be
Gwendolyn.
doing-
As you walk into the main market area, you see there's a massive stage being erected in the center. It's like it's almost like a pavilion, but open topped. And there's it's set up in the center so that people can stand all around it, and you can see some like instruments being placed like around it. It doesn't look like it's ready for it right now, but you can imagine that this is going to be a bustling vibe later on.
Yeah, Gwendolyn's eyes go wide open. Go, hey, can we please stay until the concert? Please.
Look,
Pretty please.
while we're here, I'm gonna pick up on some supplies that we're gonna need. So I'll need some time to do that. If you want to go and trot along with your silly flutes, I suppose a couple hours wouldn't hurt.
You're amazing. She jumps to try and kiss you on the cheek.
All
and she
right.
doesn't.
That's fine. That's okay. That's right.
She's already running off.
Oh gosh.
And whilst you guys are in the market and you're being terrorized, Gray, by Gwendolyn, over in the inn we have Curio, Clover, and Zahir. Now, you arrived late last night and you slept in a little bit. You'd have got up possibly like half an hour ago. But you're all in adjacent rooms. There's 2 rooms that you brought out, one for Clover and Curio, the other one for Zahir. What are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna turn to her and say, this town is full of peasants. They don't deserve our gracefulness.
When you're like as awesome as I am, you have to share the wealth with everybody, okay? So even though they're peasants, they're all my subject. So I have to show them my awesomeness.
I don't think these guys are smart enough to even understand how awesome you are, see.
Oh, this is why we're friends. You always know what to say.
On the outside of the door, you hear footsteps, and like it's clear that someone overheard you say the word peasant, and you just hear grumbling as it walks off and heads down the stairs.
I don't know why he's grumbling. He knows what's up.
Yeah, they're too bad to even admit it to themselves,
Yeah, I'll show them though, like from the concert that we're gonna do tonight. Is it tonight?
Yeah. You're so dumb. You didn't even know it was tonight.
I mean,
We're
I don't have
supposed to have
practice.
prepared this.
I don't have to practice. I just end up there and be awesome. So I don't have to know when it is. I just have to see it and then just go. Okay.
Yeah, but if you didn't have me and all my intelligence and smartness, wouldn't even show up because you'd be too dumb to even remember the time.
Well, that's okay. You're here. It's not like you're gonna leave. Where you're gonna go?
Yeah, you're kind of right.
Here,
You
as
see-
this conversation's taking place, you're tentatively wondering whether you should go and knock on their door.
I think I get up and I'm like, wow, these truly are my traveling companions, huh? All right. And I will, before I mess with them, I'd like to go downstairs to the bar.
Okay.
That's okay.
Maybe
And I'll sit and I'll be like, hello, friend.
Good evening.
Good evening. Two things. What is going on with this festival?
Ah. Make sure
Dude, Jax forgot already.
This is the festival of Lilith's return. It's a celebration. She's coming back into the sky, and people are
The
excited.
what? Sorry, the what return?
Lilith's return.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Ah, you're good.
Do I know that Lilith is, what do I know about Lilith as a figure? Is this the first?
You don't. Okay, so yeah, you know she isn't a figure. You know she's one of the 4 moons on it.
Okay, cool.
For everybody, for clarification, Edonys has 4 moons. The first one is Theris, which works on a daily cycle. The second one is Raxus, which is 2 days and 16 hours, which means that occasionally every 3rd day you'll have an extra period of darkness or an extra period of light. And what that means is if someone tells you that Raxus is in Blessing, that means you're going to get extra daylight. And if it's in Blight, that means you can have extra darkness. It's a common theme across the world. It's something that's happened for many ages, and it's common knowledge. So yeah, the third one is
How often? Sorry.
How often? Every
go
3
ahead.
days.
Okay.
Every 3 days there'll be an extra period of roughly 4 to 6 hours of either daylight or darkness, depending on the rotation of Raxus, where it is in its orbit. The 3rd moon is Astra, and the 4th moon is Lilith. Now Lilith has a weird orbit. It comes in close to Edonys, and then it goes back out past the sun, and it disappears for hundreds of years before return.
I know, as a wizard and someone who steals books that they shouldn't have, that is there any arcane properties to something coming, like a celestial body this large reaching the orbit after hundreds of years? Does it affect the weave in any way or something?
Roll me an instinct check. Roll me a knowledge check.
Would I? Oh, press roll of the game. Let's go.
First roll of the game. Let's see how it goes.
What is the macro we're using again? Sorry.
You have the duality dice. Just you can click on that and then add whatever you want to it. It should say advantage, disadvantage.
Jax, you need to add those to every person individually.
Do I
That's
add-
fine. Yeah, we'll do that at the end. I'll just roll 2 d12s, and first one is fear.
Okay.
First one is up. Sorry. 15 plus 2, 17. And can I add information I have from books I stole? My experience. It's your choice.
Yeah, I'll allow it. So what would that be?
So that would be 17. I'll use stress for adept. So that would be.
Classic wizard.
Hey, it's there. I'm definitely gonna use it. I need hope more than I need stress. So that would be 17 plus 2. It would be 21.
21.
17
Okay.
plus 4. Yeah.
I'm gonna whisper you.
All right.
I will whisper you.
Ooh,
first
ask a
whisper.
question.
They're already whispering about it.
Sit here getting it all the first whisper, the first roll. Damn.
You can expect a
that?
lot of whispers.
This is Zahir's
Uh,
story.
It is.
Very intriguing.
No, it's such a long whisper. I haven't got it yet.
I'm just being dragged around a market at this point. Like my arm's like off this way.
100 is again. Because when something comes back after hundreds of years, there's always a wizard like, ooh, I can capitalize on this shit. And I'm like, wait, who's plotting right now because of this moon?
Dude, we're like 15 minutes in and you already figured out the entirety of Jackson's plot.
It is not the entire, I promise you that. And also, it's just,
Okay. Yeah.
okay, cool. And the other thing, I'm like, you wouldn't happen to have any pet food, would you? Or dry jerkies would work as well.
I got some meat we had on the dinner menu last night. If that helps.
You have anything prepared today? I think my friends is quite picky.
Well, today we were expecting a lot of people to go outside to eat. You know, with all the stalls and everything. We thought, well, we're only a lowly establishment. We don't want to waste food. So we didn't put anything hot on today. But if you want some bread and butter, then we can sort you out.
Yeah, I'll take some of that and some of the meat. Thank you. And I'll give him something that's gonna be not cost that much.
Everybody roll a 1d4.
Got a 2.
Okay, so you get two handfuls of gold, which is the equivalent of
Got a
20 gold pieces. That's
I got
how
a
it's going
2.
to work in this. So a handful of gold is 10 GP.
Ooh.
Okay.
So I have 4 handfuls.
Yeah, so you have the equivalent of 40.
Do we get that added to the equipment that we already have? Like, I already have one
no.
handful.
No, this is your starting amount for gold.
Alright, sweet.
So if we rolled a 2, that would be.
Unless you're what's the background?
The highborn.
Yeah, that one. If you have highborn, then keep it.
So-
Keep the extra 1 you get for being a highborn.
So what's the correlation between what we roll and what we get? I rolled a 2.
1d4, that's the number of handfuls you've got, right?
Okay.
And each handful is worth 10 gold. Because I don't want to have to go, yeah, that'll be 1/4 of a handful of gold from you. because,
Gotcha. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
So,
Sweet.
yeah, that'll be a gold. You know, he was about to throw the meat out anyway, and bread and butter isn't expensive.
Cool. I'll take that and I'll put them on in case I need to bribe Curio with it later. And I'll go see what my companions are doing.
Okay, and what are they doing?
So I
You're
guess we just have
goofing
to.
around.
I just
I
knock
guess
on the
we have
door.
to come back earlier so that we can get ready for it then, since it's tonight. And then we hear the knock. You can
Hello?
come in.
Why are you letting him in?
I open the door. The moment I hear Clover complaining, I'm just opening the door.
Hello there, ugly boy. No one asked for you.
Hi, Clover, my best friend. How are you doing?
Not well since you're here.
A dagger to my heart. Get it,
Oh,
dagger?
I wish I could have put a dagger in your heart.
No, you have to get in line. Sorry about that.
So you have people looking for you? Is that what you're saying? There's a line?
Of course he does. He's being haunted
Of course I do.
because he's the ugliest man alive.
You make
I don't
most
know
of
if
it.
it's. I don't know if it's about his looks though. It's probably something suspicious. Ooh.
Don't
Anyway,
let
what you
anybody
have
know
for me
that I know
today?
you.
What you have for
Well,
me?
I pull out a bread and butter and I give like the fresh bread and butter.
What the fuck's
Yeah.
that shit?
I mean, I take your offering, but I prefer meat.
Dude, that's peasant food. Why are you eating that?
I mean, I
No.
don't have to buy it. That was the offering, okay?
It was $3.99.
Oh, I'm not paying
No.
you back.
I don't expect you to, Kira. Your company is payment enough.
Thank you. You see, he understands.
You see, I do understand.
Yeah, and I understand that's the bitch.
Nah, so mean. That's why I
Well,
like you.
It's why I tolerate you.
Anyways, you joining tonight's show, right?
Well, today the festival thing is happening because Lilith is back and all that, and everybody's super excited. So I think the roads are going to be quite busy. So we might as well spend the afternoon here.
What the fuck's
See.
Lilith? And why is she coming
Let's see.
back?
That's the moon. You know, this thing in the sky.
What do you mean the moon?
You-
The
you're
moon's always
both-
here.
Oh my god. Sorry, you're both mean and stupid, and it's quite the combination, truly. It's the moon. It comes back every 100 years, and it's quite the festival for everybody around. Every few hundred years.
It's more than 100 years. It's roughly like 300 and
Okay.
355 to
Not that gonna know. Not that Clover is gonna know anyway. So
He called us stupid. Huh.
she's calling me ugly.
Because you're ugly. I'm not
Well,
stupid.
you're stupid. So
You're a fucking bitch, man. And you're a liar.
But,
As,
I
as
have
you guys
not
are
lied.
arguing- As you guys are arguing and bickering amongst yourselves, everybody is gonna start hearing a commotion happening in this general area. It's right outside around the corner from where you guys are, and you guys are around the market. So you're gonna see guards rushing in this direction.
Gray's immediately grabbing Gwenny by the arm as soon as he sees guards moving.
What's going on?
I'm
What's
not
happening?
sure. Let's go this way. And Gray wants to kind of pathfind a very discreet and peaceful route that will sort of lead to maybe being able to get visibility on things while still kind of keeping out of the engagement.
That's fair. So by now these streets are they're getting pretty heavy. There's a lot of people. Right, this is like the central hub. The market's the central hub of everything that's going on, and being inconspicuous is relatively easy. The guards are having a tough time getting through the crowd, but they're making their way, and there's like loud shouting happening in the direction. If you want to find somewhere relatively quiet, I'd recommend, because of the amount of people, you're gonna have to be fairly close anyway. You can hear shouting, but anything more than that, there's no real character to the words because it's being drowned out by everything that's happening. The footfalls, the people asking questions. What's happening? I wonder if it's him again. You know, there's a lot.
Can we?
happening.
Sorry, dear. Can we drag our tokens on which building we're on so I can like understand what's going on better?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think your tokens can be pretty large. if I'm right.
I think you have to drag the tokens on the. I think there's a setting you need to do later, but can you drag our tokens from the? Because we can't do this right now.
Black card. 1, 2, 3. Oh. They're quite big, but that's okay. It'll be an indication of roughly where you are.
Yeah.
Everyone have access to their token.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You can see it's quite a large area. Quite a lot.
So, are we with Clover in the back here? I'm assuming.
Yeah, so you guys are in this building over where Rowan's outside of right. Well, he's not actually there, but where his token is right now. You guys are outside of there. Everyone else would have been market area because they headed in that direction. And I'll make a mark of roughly where this is coming from. Like, it's coming from like
That point there. Okay. So I think Gray would probably.
here.
Yeah, I think Gray would probably want to.
I see 2 grays on the map.
Oh,
Really?
so do I.
That's because
There's 2 helmets.
let me
Can I move both of them? No. Just the one. There we go. Yeah, I think we would kind of push over this way to try and more so not get a keen eye on the action. I think Gray wouldn't actually care like what kerfuffle was happening. He would just care, okay, we need to like not get caught up in the swell of the crowd or guards or anything like that.
Gray, you're going the wrong way. The screams are coming from there. Why are we
No,
going
look,
this
we
way?
can go around if there's trouble. It's fine. For now, we don't want to get
What if they
pickpocketed.
need us?
You'd have been here, dude. You'd have been over
Oh,
here.
where?
Uvo would have been over here. This is the inn, okay?
Okay. So clever if you come here.
Yeah. Okay. And you guys are there, and you guys are there. That makes sense. You guys are moving up here to try and come around and see if you can see what's happening. All right, Gray and Gwendolyn.
It's to get visibility on not exactly what's happening, but on the crowd and the guards and everything, to try and like keep out of the swell and the danger, because pickpocket is, and don't want to get caught up with the crowd. So it's more about keeping a good distance and still having some visibility.
But what if they need us? Like, they're screaming. They might need help.
Look, there's plenty of guards here. Let's just keep a low profile for now. The massive crowd, I don't know.
Yes, but if the guards help them, they're gonna become the heroes. If we help them,
Look,
we're gonna
you
become the
earn.
heroes.
Do you remember earning some coin when you helped lift up some lumber? Yeah. Do you want to lose that coin and not be able to buy
It's not
cool
about the
things?
Coins. It's not about the coins. It's about helping people. Can't you hear them screaming?
Look. You see these people over here with helmets and other things going on? Those guards. Their job is to help them.
Yeah, I know what a guard is. I'm saying if they're helping, why can't we help too? So we become the heroes.
Do you see the mass of people? You want to push through that crowd to try and help some random crazy woman screaming?
That's why I have you.
Oh, for bloody! All right, come on. And I'm gonna.
I can have Zeke growl and howl.
I'm gonna start like we're gonna very slowly trek around this way. We'll take our time though.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gray.
Rowan and Pan, what are you guys doing?
Mr. Pan, do you think you'll be alright for just a few moments?
Sorry, what was that?
I said, do you think you'll be alright? Oh, I'm sure you will. And I'll spend his stress to turn into a hawk and try and get a bird's eye view of what's going on here.
Just give a thumbs up.
Okay, so you're becoming a hawk and you're flying up into the air. Are you gonna come over to where the commotion is?
Yeah, I'm trying to see where this is centered on.
Okay, where my mark is on the. So basically, what you're seeing is a rather disheveled-looking man, shouting quite loudly. He seems distressed, and guards don't know quite what to do with him. There are a couple that look they look like they've seen this before and are kind of tired of it. There are other guards that are just looking to each other, unsure what to do. And the large guard, he looks like he's giving orders to the rest.
Okay. I'll just go back to Pan then. Nothing too pressing.
Curio, Zahir, and Clover, what are you guys doing at this point? I'll come back to you, Pan, 1 second.
Do you think we should watch them? I always love seeing those fools get hurt.
I mean, I guess I should probably help out, you know, maybe to show them that I'm awesome. But maybe not, because then it's going to take work. What do you think's going on?
Maybe someone got into a fight.
Yeah, if they're fighting, then they caused it on themselves. Do you think we want to go check?
Yeah, it'd be very funny to watch.
Hey, Zahir, you're coming, right?
No, he's not coming. He's staying right here. I don't want to see his fugly face ever again.
So,
Oh no,
hostile.
the horrors of your existence, dear. And yes, I will be coming. I do want to see what's going on. This is not
Okay.
uncommon because it's a festival and a collection of people, and people are probably drunk and stupid, which is always funny to look at. But I'm quite interested to learn more about this town in general, so might as well.
Which way are you gonna go?
I think we're going toward the commotion.
Yeah.
Just
We'll, s-
direct path.
we'll say that you guys head up this way,
Mhm.
and you see a 10-foot giant in front of you. Looking over at the source of the commotion as well from across the market, like the courtyard. Are you interested in that at all, or are you going to keep going towards the commotion?
I just want to
how
shelter him.
how far is the
Hi,
commotion?
ugly face. What you seeing from up there?
Zahir takes 2 steps back and tries to blend with the crowd.
Is that me?
Yep, that's you, Pan.
I do a very slow turnaround, stare at them, shrug, and then turn back.
Why? Why are you ignoring me?
I
I
turn to
kinda-
her. I realize what's about to happen because I think Clover is about to get her face punched out of her head. I'm gonna turn off. I'm sorry, she's not house trained. By chance, what can you see from over there, if you don't mind? What's going on? And I'll like put myself between him and Clover.
Pan, roll me an instinct check.
Oh god. Okay. What is my instinct? +1. That is a 19 with fear, I would assume.
With fear. Okay, as you're looking across, you see exactly what the hawk saw. Sorry, my apologies. But you also you're picking up on stuff that's being said, and he appears to be. Again, it's distressed. It's panicky, and he seems to be spouting to what you consider nonsense, but you feel like if you got a little bit closer, you'd be able to hear what he was saying if you're interested.
Clover, I'm just gonna head over there.
Are you telling us, or are you just heading over there?
Yeah, Pan, are you gonna tell people, or are you gonna?
Kira was the one who said it, and she's actually telling you that she's heading over there.
I would rather. Okay, I was like, I would rather not. But if you're gonna go, I would also prefer if I was close to you. I'd rather not lose my traveling companions, my really good friends that I made yesterday. So.
Okay. Well, let's go then.
I'll go with Kira.
Rowan, how do you take note of these three? Like, you see them interacting with Pan a little bit. Like, what's your kind of reaction?
I assume I'm just like landing in now, basically.
Sorry.
I assume I'm just landing back there now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd have landed and you'd have seen these three coming up behind you, and you'd be watching the interaction as you're trying to regain your human status.
Okay. So yeah, I'll turn back into a human and say to them, now, I'm not sure what you're looking for, but there's not much of interest going on. It looks like the ravings of some crazy old man and about 24 too many guards. So I'm sure this town doesn't get too much action.
Doesn't look like they're gonna fight.
Doesn't look like it to me, but I've been wrong before.
Mm,
Not to, which I do appreciate your insight. Where I'm from, crazy raveling old men always have some truth to tell, and I'm interested about what this one has.
Fair enough.
So, and I will gonna slide over and I'll go see if I can collect any useful information.
Okay, so
I
you
wanna
guys didn't-
I wanna go over there as well, but I wanna use something. I wanna use my Nightwalker subclass, which is Shadow Stepper, and I wanna be moving in the shadows so that no one can see me.
Okay. Also, there's a lot of shadow over in the area behind this. Here it is. This. Oh, sorry, Gray. Get rid of you again. Yeah, there's a lot of shadows over by the building next to where the X is. So we'll say you just dart into there, and you've got a good view and good sense of what's happening. Gray and Gwendolyn, what are you gonna? You guys are creeping forward. Are you staying? put
Yeah,
where you are?
we're kind of like peering around, trying to get a good sense of like what's happening, what the danger is.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
Gwendolyn
notice.
is barely staying behind Gray. Like she is trying to push Gray to get closer
Get
and
back,
closer,
you little
so she can
miscreant.
actually see something.
Well, as you move out towards the street slightly, up the road, you see two more guards moving with a wagon towards the location of the rest of these guards. You can't quite see in any of the details of like the wagon or anything, but they're moving in with purpose in that direction. And as you move around the corner, and everybody else is kind of gathered round, peering at the situation. You begin to hear this man's words.
Hmm.
I warn you, please take heed. I'm not crazy, I just happen to read. Get off me, please. They need to know. And as you watch the wagon, it pulls up, and you watch the guards grab him under the arms, and begin-
DM, sorry, because before you drop, do I see the man?
Yeah. Everybody who's actively looking at this combat and has moved to this situation would have heard this.
You
and
guys see as here. I want to try something, if that's okay. I can see him, which means I can establish a telepathic link with him.
What? Go on.
So I'm gonna like swirl my hand in the air, and you guys watch as like almost like transparent pink and blue butterflies, and one of them shoots toward the guy and like slams in the back of the head. And I will establish a telepathic link. I need to see how it doesn't say how far the distance is after it's established.
As long as you can see them initially, you have a telepathic link, which is
Okay.
a bit broken, Daggerheart, but that's okay. So this guy is being bundled into this wagon, and this wagon now it's pulled up, and the other two guards have opened the door. You can see it has like bars on the window, wrought iron type bars. The wheels themselves have been reinforced with metallic bands, and this young, disheveled-looking man is pushed inside, and the door is closed on him. But luckily for you, Zahir, you cast this telepathic link, and what are you gonna say?
I'm used to like people in power, and I mean, or like just the occupying police force to be like super abusive and dismissive of people who look like that man. So I am interested about if something else is going on. This is always my inclination, like to distrust people in power. So I'm like, hello, friend.
Who was that?
Well, someone who's interested in your story.
Oh, it's about time. No one really takes any heed of me.
What's going on? What did you say that got the guards so up and tight that they decided to throw you in jail?
It's been a long process. So I travel around and I try and share this message with the world. I speak on behalf of an independent study that was done in one of the minor arcanum, out at Acklewood, and we have information. I don't know a lot about it myself, but I was told to share a message with as many people as that I can.
So, well, I'm people, and you can share that message definitely with me.
And like the fact that he was rhyming is like his way of remembering what needs to be said. Himself, he doesn't seem particularly quick-witted or smart. But yeah. So he continues. He goes, listen closely, change draws near. They don't like to hear it. They live in fear. But when she returns, as she has many times before, the lever's changed and broken and take away the doors.
When she returns, what? Do you want to copy it somewhere so you don't have to keep repeating it? Because
No, I don't.
then you okay? Where did you say?
If Zahir doesn't remember it, he doesn't remember it. What was he?
Okay.
Which bit are you at?
I was like, listen closely. Not listen closely. When she returns.
I'm gonna say it one more time, okay?
Okay.
Listen closely. Change draws near. They don't like to hear it because they live in fear. When she returns, as she has many times before, the lever's changed and broken and take away the doors.
Okay. Cool.
It's something like that. I honestly, it changes every time I say it, but like.
No.
I'm
Okay.
sure
Cool.
No, that's him speaking. In
Okay.
character. I've just been told to relay this message, and no one wants to listen, and yeah. Are you gonna
Well, it was great
reply?
hearing from you, good friend. And I cut the line.
Okay.
Wha-
Is anyone else
Well-
gonna do anything?
Would Gray happen to see this butterfly shoot into the man's head as he gets loaded into the wagon as he pulls around?
It's flavored because technically there isn't, but I'd say you probably. I'm fine with him seeing it.
Or does sorry, maybe when
You're on the look.
maybe when Gray is on the lookout for things, does he notice Zahir have the physical like finger spinning to see like, oh, there's some like, does he notice Zahir do something?
Was there a physical part of your casting of telepathy?
I don't think it's a requirement, but I think Zahir definitely would have like embellished. So yes, I'd say it's here.
Okay. Then
So I
go on.
say yeah. You.
Okay, so I guess what would like Gray would be doing is immediately turning to Gwendolyn, as she is sort of like pushing forward as this man is being loaded onto the cart. Look, he didn't need to be saved, right? Not everyone does.
Yes, he does.
No, they.
He was just speaking his mind and they put him into a freaking wagon.
Yeah, well, that's.
We have to stop them.
Listen, we don't make rules. We don't create how things work. Other people do that. What we need to do is we need to flow in between rules to get by. This man, I don't know, maybe I don't really appreciate the whole locking up of speech things, because I don't know, somebody said that I would stub my toe once and it happened, so I mean, I like to listen to what people say, but look, if you're messing with things like that, these guards here, they'll, well, I don't know what they'll do.
But if the rules are broken and the rules are unjust, aren't we supposed to, well, break them? And like this guy was just.
Excuse
I don't
me,
know what
you
was-
two. Out of the street, please.
Look,
Make way.
let's. I see a man over there. I want to ask a question about. If you really want to know what it's like to get
Well,
into
you can
some
do it-
mischief,
You can do it on your own time, okay? I've got people to move, and I need you out of my way.
Yeah.
Okay?
all right. Thank you, sir.
Can I
And
just ask you one quick
Gray
thing?
sort of
Mr. Guard?
escorts Gwenny by the arm. Look, like we're going this way, and he sort of like beelines over to Zahir, as
But I wanted to ask something, and of course, like it's very easy for Gray.
Yeah.
When she's like,
The man, as you guys move, he signals, and the wagon starts moving. Before it disappears completely, is there anything anyone who hasn't gone wants to do?
Yeah. I want to shadow step behind Zahir, like in his shadow, and I want to try and surprise him, like step behind him,
Okay.
Is it an
okay.
opposed roll?
Before that happens, unless anyone else wants to go, Curio, Pan.
Yeah,
Rowan?
I think Curio is curious, but not going to do anything.
Okay. Last chance. Okay. With that, the wagon disappears off down the cobbled street. There's a procession of 4 guards behind it, escorting it on its way. Led by a one on top with the horse in the front. And as you guys stand there, you watch it all happen, and you see it disappear off around one of the bends later and further on in the town. The city is yours.
All right, I wanna appear behind him. I say that Clover would definitely try to scare him, and yeah.
Roll a presence check, and the hit.
For me, it
roll
would be
me a
Instinct?
That's a crit, by the way.
No, yeah, then.
I know you might get a crit as well, so we'll see what happens.
It is 1 in 12. No, but 8 is my.
Yeah,
ooh,
strength
so
pattern.
close.
Yeah.
I
I'll
don't
take a
see
hope.
your roll. Clover.
Did you roll
what?
in?
No, I'm rolling physical. A dice.
Can you
I
roll
roll-
in?
I don't. I'll let this one go, but in future, can we roll in chat so I can keep tabs and stuff?
All right,
Okay.
on chat Discord or chat on the other
Alright.
one.
Under. So just click in the
It will be
chat
a
box
Mac.
under. There's dice.
Will be a macro in future to make it easier for you guys, but all of the dice are available in there, and you can roll a disadvantage and advantage with modifiers. Pretty simple.
All right, got that.
Okay. So yeah. Describe how you surprise the hit.
All right, I want to just shadow step and walk into his shadow, and just put my hand on his shoulder and be like, "Hey there, ugly boy. What you doing with your little
Right.
magic fingers?"
Oh my god! I need to put a bell on you.
Oh, you can
Don't do
try.
You got clovered.
So, what you did with your ugly
She,
fingers?
wait, she does
Jules?
that often that it has a name?
It's called clovered.
Yeah, you should get used to it.
We'll get back to that later. I think I talked to our friend who got caught, and
You talked to the guy that was right there,
yes, I'll lean in.
and how did you
You can
do
continue.
that?
And I will.
Gray and Gwendolyn, what are you doing right now?
Oh, I'm
obviously you guys moved in
approaching
opposite-
Zahir.
Okay.
and
And
I've
Rowan
been
and
dragged.
Pat.
So.
I mean, we've got supplies to deliver, correct? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have a job to do.
Yeah, then let's go.
I agree.
Okay,
Can I do
so
something
yeah,
before I
you-
get approached? Real quick.
What was
Yes?
that? Sorry.
Can I do something before the other approach? Real quick.
Yeah.
When they asked me how I talk to them, I established a telepathic link with Clover. And I would look at them and I say, like this.
Oh, that's really freaky. Please never do that again. And
If you
also,
promise to never Clover me again, I'll not promise I'll never do you again.
I can't make promises like that.
Well, I can't make promises like that either. And I look around and I'm assuming I'll get approached at that point.
So, what's this about contacting? Also, g'day. And
Good day.
you see a nicely well dressed, kind of 5'5" goblin standing with a human ranger girl behind him, approaching your group.
I have a question. Kuyo is a dragon, correct?
Yes. He's like
yeah,
a fairy
little
dragon.
small fairy dragon.
Are they visible right now?
Yeah.
Like, are they? Like, you're
she.
there?
Me
There
and
she
Kiri are
there.
walking toward the things. I'm assuming Kiri is like on my shoulder or close by.
Yes, because Clover went stealthing, so Curio just. So she doesn't really like to put in effort, so she's just hitching a ride on anybody, really. So she's hitching a ride on Zahir.
So when Gray, is getting closer, dragging Gwendolyn behind, the moment and you can see Gwendolyn like looks straight at you, she stops. She makes sure that she, if Grace is holding her from her hand, she gets free. She takes several steps back. Ezekiel the wolf starts growling, and Gwendolyn just stares at you, Kuya.
What's that about? I don't like that. What was that? That right there. What's that?
I think that's a child.
That's an ugly human child.
Well, he doesn't like me. Why does he like me?
Because he's
Oh,
a
sorry.
human, and humans are dumb.
I'll make her like me.
Like my hands are like in my palm. Like my
Gray
face is in my palm,
Gray
like-
takes a step
She's
forward.
a fucking human. Humans are dumb. She
Gray takes a step forward and sort of addresses, I guess, Curio's character, and like I see Clover sort of standing behind. Well, let's just keep our wits about us, hey? Because you've got pointy ears and you have scales. We all have different things. I'm bloody green, alright?
Why are you so fucking small?
Anyways, there was a man on a
I'm
cart.
sorry, she's not house trained.
You
at
there, demon.
all. Hi.
You did something.
I did.
Would you be willing to share the information?
Depends if you're willing to share information about what you think is going on here.
He
We
was-
only caught the tail end of it.
Well, people speak their mind too much, unfortunately.
Yes.
That's all
Have
I
you
know.
caught? It seems like someone is delivering a message. It sounded culty if you ask me. Something about her return is gonna be the end of us. Da 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 da. And then the guards didn't like that.
DM, would I hear like this phrase being explained, and would I be able to relate that to any history or information that I may know?
Oh man.
Okay. Oh, my first roll of the campaign. Let's go.
Good luck.
Good luck. Okay, so there's 2 d12s. Plus my knowledge. Cool. So I'm gonna do.
So, refresh me. What information was shared? Or was it just are you just talking about the what you heard?
The poem that was
Yeah,
heard, right? Or whatever the rhyme.
Okay. And you shared. Did you share the second part of it with him?
Yeah, I shared something. He was saying something about her return being the end of us, and about how she's gonna take away our doors, which I'm quite a fan of doors, so I'd rather not that not happen.
Let's see what I roll. I got a 15.
You are a traveling man, and you know how to navigate using the sky. You've obviously heard of Lilith. It's not something that you know a huge deal about because, as far as the orbit's gone, how old is your character?
317 years old.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Okay. You know that. You know. Lilith is a symbol of change, of shift, and you're a traveled goblin. You know that. You've had tales of I mean, you look at Curio, right, and you go, well, there are certain crossover points where weird things happen, and it's just soldiers talk and theory crafting essentially in the military. They often blame negative things on random aspects, and one of the aspects that comes up a lot is Lilith and where she is in her cycle.
Okay, gotcha. Right. Well,
In the meantime, if you're done, I think that Curio has decided that she's gonna make Gwen love her. So, she had started to try to stealth over so that you, not really stealth, cautiously move over so you don't get too jumpy. And then she does a quick bow, kind of really regally, and say, "Hello, I'm Curio. I don't know what you're afraid of. Can't be me because I've never met you before in my life. But I am a good fairy. I'm the most prettiest fairy you've ever gonna meet. And I wish for us not to have any issues. If we could be friends too, that would be great."
Do I see this happening?
When Kuyo
I imagine so.
gets closer, Gwendolyn slowly steps back to keep the same distance from you. And when you speak, and you see Ezekiel, the wolf, keeps growling, Gwendolyn puts a hand on Ezekiel to make him stop. You're not a fairy. You're a dragon. You're a freaking dragon.
Well, technically in both. Well, I can't choose which one I'm gonna use. But I could probably choose which one I'm gonna use. And today I choose fairy. So I'm a fairy. I get to do that because I am both.
I see you for what you are. You are a dragon. Don't try to be something else.
Can I
Keep
choose something?
your distance.
This guy. This girl right here. I don't get it. I tried. You can't help them all.
As Gray is explaining to Zahir, he sort of he would be kind of taking a little bit of time to explain to Zahir about that kind of relaying that information about Lilith, and as the festival of Lilith, I suppose there may be something going on. he sort of like notices this kind of exchange starting to crumble up, and so he takes like one step over to kind of like have a leg in front of Gwenny, like sort of just to have that extra step in front, and then sort of like looks over to Clover as she sort of starts to like move forward or say something.
Yeah, I want to do something as well. Like, as soon as I see approaching this human, Clover just gonna get towards her and point a fucking knife to her neck and be like, "Don't you fucking touch my friend, you filthy human bitch."
If you walk up close to Grey, Clover, I'm sorry, but you're rolling a contested strength check.
All right, I guess I'm rolling a contestant strength check.
And Ezekiel would go and help
Yeah.
Okay,
I am
let's clarify
visibly
what's
sighing.
happening
to keep Clover
Right.
away from Gwendolyn.
here. Okay, so
Would I just get advantage from helping with the wolf?
yeah. So this is a contested strength check initially between Grey and who?
And me.
Clover. Okay. Who's helping Grey?
Ezekiel, like he
Okay.
would get in front of Ezekiel. In front of Grey, between Grey and
I'm not
Clover.
gonna-
To, like,
I'm not gonna give you advantage for that. What I'll do, like, I think that should be more flavorful.
Okay,
Um,
flavor. Gotcha.
We'll talk about that in a second. And was there someone else wanting to help someone with this? I can't remember. I thought I heard someone say that.
No, Zahir is taking a step back and sighing like visibly.
Okay, so both of you roll a strength check.
All right, can I want to use a hope to use my experience. I'm not scared. Can I do that?
You can. Please explain. Both of you, please explain how you're trying to do this.
Okay, so Clover has a thing for humans. She hates them. So as soon as she see any human, especially like this human girl, approaching her friend, Clover will just go fucking nuts and try to stop the girl.
to be fair,
Okay.
Gwendolyn is moving away from her friend. Okay.
Yeah, but Clover doesn't see
Yeah,
that.
For sure.
Okay. Yeah, as you're sort of moving forward, like verbal aggression, fine. You pull a weapon, okay. Grey wants to reach out and grab the wrist of Clover as she extends the knife and stop her from tracking forward.
That's a 6 with hope.
Okay, and
I'm
what
gonna
we got?
roll. I'm gonna roll my d12s.
Oh my gosh, that is
Critical
a
success.
crit.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. I guess if this is allowed, I want to grab you by the wrist, but also maybe somewhere else and lift you up and like just hold you there.
Okay, so restraining, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay, then explain to me what happens. With a crit success, you are successful. So
Okay. Yeah, Clover, you walk up to and you're really focused on Gwendolyn. And you see step in front of you the assumingly small goblin that you said 5'5", grab your wrist, sort of push it to the left, grab your like sort of belt of a satchel or something like this, and just like using this leverage and angle, hoist you in the air and just hold you there. And he's holding you in a way with a sort of restraint where you can't actually move your limbs to struggle free. So you were just static in place, restrained. Kind of like
So
2
you're
feet above the
being
air.
held- You're being held. The feelings you get from this is that there's a military kind of background and a preciseness to his movements that you weren't expecting. How do you react?
Clover just gonna start spouting insults. Like, get your filthy green fingers off of me. You tell your fucking friend to get out of my friend's way. You listen to me?
Can I cast Lumber on Clover?
Okay, if that's what you want
I
to do.
think Curio, seeing everything just going downhill, is gonna try to kind of diffuse the situation. So I guess you cast Slumber as Kirio tries to diffuse it.
Yeah, it's still a roll, so I don't know if it hits, but
It's a spellcast roll, correct?
yeah. A 15 with up. Sorry, yeah, 15
That
with up.
hits.
I just watched the hero walk up to you and like blows on his open palm as like butterfly and petal just like swoosh their face, like lift your hair up a bit, and he just knocked out.
Okay.
Kirio,
Can I give her last words like before she falls
Yeah.
asleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last thing that I'd say is, don't hurt her. And then she just passes out.
Okay.
Kirio will say, I'm sorry the situation got so intense out of nowhere. She will look over to Gray
Mhm.
and say, if you could put down my friend, she's sleeping, she's no longer a threat.
As
And
soon
I don't
as
like
as
that you
soon
have
as
her hands.
as soon as she would be put to sleep, he would just put it down gently. Like as soon as she would be put to sleep.
Listen.
Thanks.
I don't
And
know what you're-
also, yeah, you can wait a little bit. You did your move. You can wait. Thanks for putting her down. What I'm trying to say is that I was trying to be nice. It didn't work out. She saw it as maybe I was going to start getting hurt. And yeah, you kind of hurt my feelings, but that's what it is. What I'm trying to say is that we don't need to get aggressive. Probably will try to stay out of your way because you don't like me. I don't know why you don't like me. Why don't you like
Well,
me?
Your friend
As you guys,
is the one who
as you
got...
guys as you guys are discussing this or chatting about stuff, you start hearing like a person off towards the stage. He's like, ladies and gentlemen, we will be commencing with the festivities in a short duration. Please stand by. And she looks at her list of people that have signed up to be on this kind of open stage type thing. Like, there are a few slots available should anyone wish to sign up. And she looks at one of the names specifically and she just like gives this frown. Yes, anyway. Yes, we'll be with you shortly. And then he walks off.
I believe Curia already signed up, right?
No.
Okay, in that case, Curio hearing that, she'll be like, yeah, I don't have any time for this. Apologies. That's it for me. Come on.
Listen.
And then she's gonna try dragging Clover away to the stage.
You can wait up. I'm like,
Okay, hang on now. So Clover's still sleeping. So you're gonna try and drag Clover over to the stage.
Yeah. Just dragging her. Just like, you caused this in yourself. Why did you bother to
Dude,
attack? You're so
My clothes
jumpy.
are gonna be so fucking destroyed after this.
Deserve it.
I think about undoing it, but I'm like, no, she deserves it.
Okay. What's everyone else doing at the moment? Rowan, Pan, what are you guys doing?
I believe we are on our way towards where we're supposed to drop off the supplies, right?
Yeah,
We left them minutes ago.
Okay. Let's go with that then. Tola's General Goods is this building on the other side of the square, next to where Gwendolyn is. So I'm guessing you guys would have headed in that direction, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You would have entered, I assume.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you enter this general goods store. You go in, and there's just a bunch of small knickknacks on the shelves, nicely arranged. Like this person standing behind the bar, a female in her mid-40s, clearly takes pride in the aesthetic of her shop. There are little potted plants everywhere. behind her on the shelves behind her, there's like small vials and potions and that kind of thing. There's like a little chest underneath the counter itself. You can't see what's inside. Oh, hello. Good evening. Good afternoon. Are you enjoying the festivities?
It's pretty crazy out there.
That doesn't surprise me one bit. It's been really quiet in here today. Are you
Mr.
gonna-
Pan.
Sorry.
No problem. Mr. Pan, would you happen to be able to produce our package for this wonderful shopkeeper?
Yes, most certainly.
A
How big is the
package?
package?
The package itself is like 2 foot by 2 foot a box.
I see. I kind of proffer it with both hands before noticing her look of, I assume, confusion.
Yeah, she's a little confused. Obviously, she's never met you two before, so she's like, and she studies the crate as you put it down in front of her. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I mean, 10 feet. she examines the underside of it as it's hanging over her head. And she looks over it and she's like, a look of recognition comes through. Oh, I hadn't been expecting this for a couple of weeks yet.
Well, we do good work.
Clearly, you got here very fast. And she goes down under the counter and she pulls out one of her diaries. And makes a couple of notes. Before reaching down once more and pulling out 2 handfuls of gold. Here for your troubles. And she passes it over to you, and she tries to slide the box off the counter, and it's a lot heavier for her than it was for you, Pan. Yeah, can I help you with anything?
I mean, that was all of our business, but if you have something that you're looking to get off your hands at a reasonable price, I'm sure we could listen.
Oh, I can think of a few things. And she like gives you a little wink. And well, we have the basics. There's nothing overly special in here. We're just your general goods store. If you need road rations or we have some minor potions, that kind of thing, then maybe I can help you out. But you guys look well traveled and clearly do your job well, so I imagine you're well equipped.
Yeah, I mean,
so wrong.
Potions are always nice to come by, especially for the right price.
Well, I've got. Let's see. And she looks through her diary and she's like, I've got 2 minor health potions if you want those. I've got a stamina potion, minor, of course. Of course, they'll run you a little bit because, they're hard to find round here. We don't have many adventurers like you, but
Name your price.
she looks over her book. How about 20 gold for them all?
What do you say, Pan? 10 from me, 10 from you?
Sure, yeah.
Works for me.
Okay, so each of you remove, depending on how you have it noted, 1 handful of gold each, or 10 gold each, and yeah, you have 2 minor health potions, and you have a minor stamina potion. Distribute that amongst yourselves however you wish.
Hold on to the health potions there, Pan. I'll take the stamina.
Okay.
Oh, you guys work like a well-oiled machine at this point.
We've been together for a bit of time at least.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so whilst you guys are doing that, what's happening outside?
I'm being dragged through the mud.
Okay.
I'm gonna gesture to
I want-
Zahir and just give him a thankful nod.
Okay.
Please, It's dumb as shit. I shouldn't point a dagger at a child. It's not becoming of a. It's not becoming of a person.
I'm sorry, mister, but first of all, I am not a child. Second of all, I am sorry. I kind of started all of this, I think, even though I did literally nothing, but okay. It's just, is that dragon your pet or something?
Yes, my pet. What's wrong with it?
You have a dragon as a pet.
It's a fairy. It's not a
Yeah,
dragon.
it's a
It's a
fairy,
dragon.
Gwynny. Look, fairies can have scales sometimes.
So it does not burn people and melt houses and
No, it just
rip the
eats my
head off
food.
fathers.
No, it just is really annoying, sings sometimes, and eats my food. You're fine.
They're not a
Scout's
dragon.
honor. They're a fairy.
Shit. And like Gwendolyn looks around looking for where Kuyo went. I think I have to apologize.
Why did you bother bringing the dagger? Come on, we're just gonna perform. Why are you doing this to me? As she's dragging her through the mud.
Clover, roll me a presence check. Not presence. Sorry, instinct check.
While the roller's going on, would Gray have anything to give Gwynny to give as like a peace offering?
If you can come up with something, put it towards me, and I'll.
Like, dude, could I just find like a nearby simple flower and just like, oh look, give her this or something, and just like pick it out of the out of the garden?
So there is a garden on the opposite side of the market, where this house is. You can see the two gardens in front of it. You can go and pick a flower from there if you'd like.
Don't worry, Gray. I kind of know how to apologize to people. I've been doing it for a long time now. Just first of all, Mister, I didn't get your name. Looking at.
Sorry. Zahir Sigdep. It's good to make your acquaintance.
Gwendolyn. First
Nice
of
to
all,
meet you, Gwendolyn.
apologies to you. I was a little bit startled by your pet. It's just not every day that you see dragons as well, fairies apparently. Pets. I don't know what the problem was with the elf. I did nothing to her, but
Don't know what the problem was with the elf. I just made their acquaintance, sadly.
Okay.
We've been traveling for a week now, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I've only known them for a week, and they're only like traveling companions. So honestly, they got what was coming for them for a while now. So don't apologize about that. I'm sorry I'm sorry you were at the end of their pointy dagger.
Oh, don't worry. Gray is always there to protect me, and Zeke here, and she scratches Ezekiel's head.
I'm just trying to feed the flower
Almost
to
as
Zeke
good.
now because I don't know what to do with it. So I'm just like trying to get the wolf to like sniff the flower.
He
You went to pick the flower, correct?
Yeah, and then Gwendolyn was like, I know how to apologize to people. So Gray's like, what do I do with the flower?
Roll me a finesse check, please.
All right.
I got a 16 on my roll, by the way.
You wake
16
up.
with hope.
You wake up.
And
I have a
I-
question. How
Right.
old does Gwendolyn look like? Like I know she's above table, I know she's 18, but you've described them as smaller than what they should look like for their
Maybe
age.
she looks younger, like 16-ish, 15, 16.
Okay, cool. That's what I had in my head. That's why I called them a child. Sorry.
Gray, you
Oh,
just managed to. So basically, as you went up to the flower bed, you
Mhm.
see a large guard standing at the doorway to this building.
Oh.
He looks like great. The armor's thicker, more ornate. He looks like a bigger person. He has a particular presence about him that is quite intimidating. And Barely by the skin of your teeth, you managed to pluck a flower from under his nose, and make your way back to the room. You are lucky.
He didn't fucking see it coming. The flower thief strikes
No,
again.
didn't know how to look out for the flowers as well. Yeah, like he does a double take. Like he looks over in one direction, he turns back, he looks again in that same direction, and he's like, "Wait, hang on." And he looks back and he sees just one flower missing.
Amazing.
Alright, and as I wake up, I'm being drugged by Curio, right?
Yes. So you're being dragged currently in the direction of the stage. There are people all around you walking past and looking down at you with some sense of what on earth is happening here. You might get kicked once or twice in the side because like there is a lot of people here, and yeah. So what are you
They're
gonna do?
they're just gonna wake up and say, What the fuck, see? Why you dragging me? My clothes are all gonna get dirty, and I'm gonna look as ugly as you now.
This is correct.
Curio, are you there?
Rainier?
Let me
Here. Okay. What did you say? I didn't hear.
What the fuck are you doing? You're gonna ruin all my clothes, and I'm gonna end up looking as ugly as you.
First off, that was dumb. Second off, thank you for helping me. Third off, that was dumb.
I
And
was
now
trying
you're
to
worsley.
protect you, okay? You can't trust those filthy humans, okay?
Well, you know that, and I know that we can't trust some humans, okay? Some. So with your all and my some, I think some wins. So can you just calm down a little bit, or maybe get up so I don't have to pull your fat behind all the way over to the stage so we can sign up?
Yeah, sure. They get up, and they just look behind them, trying to search for the human girl again.
You don't need to. The eyes this way. Let's go. And Kyria just starts walking out.
Listen to me. You can't trust her, okay? She'll betray you like everyone else did.
Well,
sorry. What's everyone else doing at this point?
I think Zahir is just, while talking to Gwendolyn, really considering his choice of companions, because this is supposed to make my life easier, not harder. And Curio is entertaining and whatever. I can deal with them. Clover just made a whole commotion about a child. So I'm like, are those people trustworthy? Are those people like... So I'm like, just like thinking and just like having polite conversation with everybody around, and like I'm talking to the people, thinking seeing how they feel about the festival. I want to see if there's something special gonna happen at the end of the day, or is it just like what's the I want to see what's the highlights of the festival. Like I want to ask people what's gonna happen, stuff like that.
Highlights? Did you see the fucking giant? Jesus. Just walking around town like nobody's business.
It is. I grew up around quite a few giants, so that was not what I'm worried about. But
You've seen
I wonder
giants?
have I seen? Is there giants in the Barrows? I know we have orcs.
Not really. No, not a whole
Okay,
lot,
then
no.
sorry. I saw mountain. Sure, we have giant, but yeah, I'm like, no, I have not. I redact that. I've never seen a giant like that before.
You
Right.
might have seen one or two, but it wouldn't have been like a common occurrence for you.
All right. So, take that back. I'm like, well, yes, but I mean activities. I wonder if there's going to be any other people trying to, well, any crazy old people who can keep screaming again.
Okay. So as you ask, or you're listening into conversations and asking around for what might happen, people are talking about a couple of familiar faces that might be going up onto stage later. There are mixed reviews as to how that might go down.
Okay.
Obviously, the later it gets, the more drunk people get, and the more entertaining people tend to find whatever is going on.
Right.
Yeah, like
Does-
the center of it all seems to be this open kind of stage type deal. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So it's all centered around this community production, basically. That's happening.
It's like an open mic night. If you imagine
Alright.
like an open mic night, people just come up. You can put yourself forward for doing something on there. It could be anything in some regards. Obviously, some of it goes down better than others. And yeah. There's
Okay,
lots of
okay, cool.
drinking. Obviously, there's people talking about going to the Drowned Sailor.
Ooh, Drowned Sailor.
And yeah, obviously as it gets darker as well, the idea of seeing the moon is kind of exciting as well, and there's talk that there might be like a little speech type thing in that regard.
I think other than that, I'll be talking to Gwendolyn and their guardian Gray. Is their
Yeah.
guardian?
Yeah, I think would you have mentioned to Gray like about the companions thing and like your grievance with your companion group?
No, because here was like, just met you. I still would like to present a united front, even though
Mm-hmm.
I'm very much gonna be like, what they did was not okay. I just met them, but I'll try to make sure it doesn't happen. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, am I gonna change? But I'm gonna ask you like, so, not child, and I haven't caught your name yet,
It's Gray.
Mr. Gray. What brings you to this city?
Well, and Gray just like turns and like blank stares, looks at Gwendolyn with just like sheer disappointment and annoyance.
Well,
I look at her.
the festival, what else? And Gwendolyn is like visibly trying not to look Gray in the eyes. In the eyes. I mean, you know, he's been training me, and no, wait, you told me not to share everything. Yes, we are here for the festival, and because I have never been to this city and this festival, and we just wanted to see what's up.
Sure.
I have been working a lot. I've been a very good training. Yes. Sorry, not sharing. Yes, we are here for the festival and just to have fun.
Look, I'm further upstream. I was running a guild, and this little tyke drew me out of retirement because they want to travel, and I've done a little bit too much of that. So we're traveling at the moment.
So
Wait,
it's just
so
a pit stop.
So I can't share things. You told me to keep my cards to my chest.
Look, I tell you to keep your mouth shut because I've had 300 years of keeping my mouth shut. I know when to open it.
Okay. Well, what he said.
But look, I'm glad that you kept calm. Like, Gray kind of gives like a little pat and a bit of a like high five moment to Gwendolyn of like, okay, good. You managed to keep your cool. That was good.
Yes.
You did. Not a lot of people can withstand a fearsome dragon.
Do not joke about that.
And as you guys
Dragons
are
are
speaking,
mean.
as you guys are speaking, you hear the same voice from before. We'll begin in around 5 minutes. And with that, I think we're going to go to a break quickly.
Cool.
And we are back. We are back. Had a bit of a break, had a drink. Everyone good. Everyone good to go.
All good.
I'm glad one person.
Go.
I think like everyone collectively did like thumbs up or like okay signs, but didn't say anything.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, because I'm looking at the Video Ninja the whole time when I'm
Yeah,
playing.
me too.
Okay, so as we refocus in on the scene, I'm gonna switch the scene for you guys. So you have a bit more of an idea of what the stuff looks like. Now this isn't
Yeah.
perfect, but we're focusing on the stage itself.
Oh, we're loading in.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, cool.
It's
Are we all in? I know there's one person that isn't. Miss Clover.
I'm here.
Can everybody see the stage?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the daylight, obviously, the daylight's still in full force. You still have the rattling of sails on over by the docks. Still the sound of birds in the air. But people are gathering in this particular area because the woman that you'd heard spoke earlier, who through casual conversation you know is named Archie. She's up on the stage and she's addressing everyone. She has a piece of parchment in her hand and she's looking down at it. Hello everyone. Thank you for coming and joining the festivities. We will now proceed with our first act of the day. She looks down at this. Oh jeez. And she rather reluctantly begins. First one is known to the majority of people here. Stringvert Humplebluff. And this really ornately dressed, rich-looking man starts like strutting his way up onto the stage. He has dashing like quiff of blonde hair. He has like a half cape on his side. His leggings kind of bloom out at the thighs. And he looks very proud of himself. And good day. How are we all? And he waits for some kind of crowd reaction, and he fails to get it.
Actually, Gwendolyn screams, "We are great!"
Oh, we have a fan in the crowd. I'm glad to hear it. Well,
Never heard of you.
Gwenny, pipe down.
Sorry.
today I'll be reciting some of my renowned poetry for you today. This is a new one from my repertoire, and he like takes a moment to like focus himself and get into character. He like looks down at the floor and is like taking a big breath, like, and he goes into this really dramatic reading of this poem, and he's like, woe is me, how I live in such squalid misery. My servants are gone, who will draw me a bath? I'll be drowned in dirt, and people will laugh. How
Alright,
could they
let me see.
run? Huh?
I was gonna say I need to look at my character sheet, and this is. I want to drop him a peg. Can I cast Prestidigitation?
I mean, you can.
Sorry. Prissy nobles are really a thorn for me. So
Fair.
can I make it that he look like as he's speaking, he just looks like he wet himself?
Sure. He's so in character. Let me make a roll. Let me see if he knows.
I'm very sorry to interrupt your dramatic reading.
Alright, I'll start again. It's fine.
No, no, great, because I really want to hear the end of that. Like, truly, that's so fucking hilarious.
What am I rolling? I'm rolling 2 of.
If you're rolling for NPC, you roll a d20.
Yeah,
Easily.
no. I'm working. Okay, natural 20. Okay, so he plays it into his role, right? Like he obviously didn't expect this to happen, but he plays it with such pizzazz. His improvisation skills just come into play, and he's like, "Who will draw me a bath?" And he like
You suck.
he looks down to his pants, and he's like a slight shock comes across his face, but like he lets it go. I'll be drowned in dirt, and people will laugh. How could they run? How could they flee? Who will wash my clothes and bring me tea?
Go back home, be spent.
Woe is me. Woe is me. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
You suck.
What's this crowd's reaction?
The crowd are like silent. You can hear crickets in the back and the "you suck" in from Clover in the distance. But he takes his flourishing bow for as long as he wants it. He just goes down in a deep bow and
Get
like,
off the stage.
he recognizes that this isn't for everybody, and you'd have to be of a certain class to understand the true nature of his poetry.
I lean over to Gray and I'm like, say what you want. He really doesn't have the confidence.
Yeah, you wouldn't catch me half dead up on that stage, Bucker.
Archie comes up onto the stage and she's like, "Wow, that's gonna be a tough one to follow." And he walks off. And
Gray starts
disappears,
clapping
and,
as soon
like,
as he like leaves the stage.
"Oh well, thank you. Better late than never."
No, it wasn't for you, dude. As he's walking away.
Hey, why are you clapping? It was awful.
Oh, I'm glad he's gone. I thought it was great.
Oh, now I get it. Okay, yeah, of course, yeah.
Archie's gonna look at everybody with like an apologetic look, and she's gonna say, "We do still have spaces available. Just come find me, and we'll add you to the list." And like she seems a little parched. You can find me over in the Drowned Sailor in any time in the short-term future. And the next person comes up onto the stage. It's just a person who enjoys dancing. It's no one of particular note. At this stage, you're free to do what you wish.
Man, what do you say?
Can we just go up to the stage and try to get in? Sorry to interrupt you, by the way.
No, you're fine.
What was that?
I just want to sign us, me and C, into the show.
You'd have to go and find her. You'd have to go and find her.
Yeah, I want to try and find her.
Okay, well, she bustles off through this thick crowd, and behind the stage where all of the acts are waiting and stuff, it's packed. But you have the Drowned Sailor across the way, and you see her slip off into the confines of the space. So,
Is Cutie following me?
Yeah, she's on your shoulder now because she's tired and she's like, maybe drag you the whole of 30 feet. Like, no.
Stop being a lazy bitch. Get off my shoulder.
You better keep me on here. I'm gonna go sleep.
Alright, I'm gonna sign us up since you're so fucking lazy. And I just wanna go get the woman.
Okay. And what's everyone else doing?
I was gonna say, Pan, it seems as if we have the night off. What do you think about maybe a drink?
Yeah, sure. Let's go for it.
Sounds good to me. Augustus told me about this place, the Drunken Steward, the Drunken Saltfish, something like that. I think we should go there.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So Curio, is it here? What are you guys doing?
I think. Do we get anything if did we hear anything about like a prize for the best performance? Can I ask around? Do they get anything, or are we just doing this for the love of Lilith's return?
You get the feeling that it's more like it's more about reputation. Like if someone does well on this platform, there might be people in the crowd that could approach them, or it's more of
No,
like
sorry.
a connection.
My cam just.
type deal.
Can you switch my cam to like not here, because I think my shit died for a second.
Okay. Can do.
Gray and Gwendolyn?
Gray just looks at Gwendolyn like, do you want to do that?
Why, was that it? Like, big stage, just one mediocre guy?
No, they're asking if other people want to give it a go.
Why, do you want to come with, would you want to go give it a go?
No,
It would be
no.
amazing up there, Gray.
No, like you
Come on, you can
giving...
recite one of your battle stories, like, and act it out, and maybe, hit something with your sword or show your magic around. That would be great.
That's not a very good idea. We should also keep a hush-hush on the runic stuff.
All right. Hand close to your chest.
Did someone say runes?
Nope. We said dunes. We've been to the desert lately, and there were a lot of dunes.
You've been
there.
to the blind waste. You're a liar. There's little kids looking up at you like, I'm telling my mum on you.
But I have a cute owl. And she scratches Archimedes' head.
And the small child just like stares at her, as children do when they're not quite sure what to make of a situation.
Well, yeah, you can go tell your mom. I don't really care.
Look, Gwenny, do you want to show the nice people your owl on stage?
Well, I mean, maybe I can show Zeke. Archimedes is not that good yet. I'm still training him.
Well, I think it would be a good opportunity for you to follow, those two, maybe apologize. Maybe you can have some fun up on stage while I go and look for some supplies.
Are you trying to get rid of me?
No, well, maybe, but look, I mean, it'll be fun. You'll be on a stage. It's safe there, I guess.
Do you think I can? Like, am I not going to make a fool of myself?
Can Zeke here do tricks?
I don't know. Zeke, roll! And Ezekiel just looks at me. Jump! Yeah, he does not. I taught him like important stuff, not how to roll and jump.
Do you know how to do any spells yet?
I have one, but it's not very flesh. I can. You know what? I'm just gonna go and apologize to the fairy dragon.
Will you be alright if you go off and I go searching for some supplies? Probably over at the Drunken Sailor, because that sounds like a really good name for a supply shop.
Oh yeah, well, kind of weird name, but yeah, for sure. I have Zeke with me. It's not
alright.
Am I around when this is happening? Like, because the last time I was close to Gray, unless you guys broke off. So I'm gonna be like, I would rather nothing happens again, like what happened with our dear friend the elf. So I don't mind being close to Gwendolyn for now. I can keep an eye on her. It's not for your sake. It's mostly for the sake of. I would rather not to pull too much attention. And I can't
Yeah,
have
I think
my
that would be good.
companion cause that much trouble.
yeah. I mean, if you wouldn't mind, that would be great.
No, that's absolutely fine.
Gwendolyn looks at the both of you. I can take care of myself, you know. I am 18.
Well, it's not you who I'm worried about, little dragon slayer. It's the other idiot elf.
Once again, please don't joke about the dragon thing.
Curio.
No?
Curio?
Yes.
What are you doing?
I'm basically on Clover's shoulder as head over to lady doing the sign up, and I'm planning out our performance.
Okay. All right. So as you guys enter the doorway of this establishment, this is what you see. It's a busy, open-aired kind of establishment. The lights are very warm. There are bottles and trinkets and pieces of like things you'd expect to find in a ship, like scattered all over the place. Whether it be, the steering column, like plastered to the wall, an anchor in the corner. You have like nets and stuff hanging over the top, with pieces of cloth and stuff that gives it a really kind of it's kind of comfortable. It's a weirdly comfortable setting, very homely, very lived in. It's a very lived in establishment. And as you come in, you notice a lot of people looking over in your direction. Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
Ariel smiles and nods and waves like she's the main attraction, and looks for the lady.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
just looking for the lady.
You see the lady like making herself comfortable on the far side of the room. Are you going to approach
We
her?
head over.
Yes. Oi, we wanna spotlight in the show. How can we sign up?
Before you get to her, a large man rises from his seat. He's got a big, kind of scruffy-looking beard, short, scraggly black hair, and he's got quite a large posture about him. And he's like, "I don't think you guys belong in here."
I don't think you belong with us.
You hear that, Renji? And the man, there's like a fat, stout man behind the bar who's balding. He too has like this really big, bushy beard. And he looks up and over in your direction, and he's like, "Our towners."
Well, at least I have hair.
Oh, come on. No need to do all of the stuff. Hello, sirs. How you doing? My name is Curio.
Oh,
Clover.
you
We're
don't
just here
care.
to...
I don't care who you are. You pay your respects.
Oh,
to
that
the
means you wouldn't
ship.
have come over, right? Oh, you do care who I am.
He's right.
I'm stopping you from getting to her.
And why is
Why
that?
are you doing that?
There's people like you are trouble. All you do is bring your dirty laundry and hang it out to dry on us common folk.
I'm sorry. I think you're oversharing a little bit here. We just want to speak to the nice lady.
And the concerts suck, and we're gonna make it suck less. I don't see what the problem is here.
Pay your respects to the drowned sailor.
Okay, how do you
And
do that?
yeah, exactly. How are you supposed to do that?
They don't belong in here, Renji. They don't know anything. Well, show them out. And
I'm gonna do
can I-
um.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
whilst you guys are doing this, who else was gonna come and enter the establishment?
I guess we're all coming in there, right? Zahir, me, and Gwendolyn, because, yeah, I guess we're all heading into the establishment.
Okay. Yeah, you come in through the door, and you are greeted with the same atmosphere. It seems to be like it's community based orientated. However, there is definitely like a wall between you and that feeling. It's an odd sensation for somewhere that seems very comfortable and very very welcoming within their own circles.
Do we come in early enough to see this scene, like these people?
Yeah, I'll say that you guys stepped in through the doorway not too far after them, and they'd had to spend a bit of time walking over to where Archie's sitting.
Hey, big man! Gwendolyn screams
Why-
to.
Christ, why is everybody I'm traveling with like this?
That's not very nice. You should treat people better than this.
You should know who the drowned sailor is.
We just came here. How are we supposed to know?
Do I know who the drowned sailor is?
Roll me a. Roll me a check. See if you recall mention of the drowned sailor.
Can I spend a hope and add my experience to this?
What's your experience?
My experience would probably be frontline fighter. While kind of traveling with a troop, maybe I either stopped into this bar or I talked to a marine buddy or a mercenary buddy, and they were talking about good spots to find a drink.
I'm gonna allow it. I'll allow it. Yeah, because I think that's possible.
Cool.
I also wanted to do.
That would be a 10.
That's not good enough. You
Okay.
don't know anything about the drowned.
Okay. I just nudge Zahir and I just say, who do you think's gonna start a ruckus first? My one or your ones?
Oh, I put
Making-
more. Your one is
so-
quite brave, I'll give you that, but mine is quite mouthy.
I'll put 1 gold piece that Gwendolyn makes a
I
move.
put one gold piece on Clover.
Oh
Do I
god, I'm
hear
losing my
this?
money.
Do I hear this?
No, we're making sure this goes out.
So, Trio is going to try to find something like the drowned sailor, and is also gonna bluff her way like she was actually joking, that she didn't know who the drowned sailor is.
Show me how you do that.
I'd be like, you guys can't even take a little joke. I've been here every year now. I come to the same spot. Of course I know who the drowned sailor is. And she's gonna frantically look around to see if she could figure out what it is in a flash moment.
Well, first
And
off,
it's
you're
going
gonna
to
roll
use
me-
her skill,
which
depth,
is
deceiver, to tell a lie. And it's
Okay.
going to hope to get advantage on the roll.
yep. You're gonna have to roll me a presence check, but you do get advantage.
while
DM
she's
also.
rolling- Go ahead, go
Sorry,
ahead.
just one
Zahir.
second, because I'm not gonna do anything. If I feel like this is about to break into a physical alteration, my intention is to like step in and try to intimidate them.
Okay, I will bear that in mind.
Okay.
Alright, while they're talking, can I use that as a distraction to use Shadow Step to just get the fuck out of here?
No. Not at this particular
Alright.
moment in time. A 21. Oh. Come on, Ent. What do you say to this this big bearded man?
Yeah, like, she's on, I've been here every year. Why are you behaving like you don't even remember me? Jeez. Of course I know who
He's
the Grey
gonna-
Sailor is.
I'm gonna make So
GM's
the man
written.
looks over at the barman, and the barman looks over to him, and there's like a slight shrug in his expression, and he looks down at you. Well, pay your respects then. And I know you
Yeah, of
wanted to
course
look. I know you were looking for information around the bar. I'm not gonna make you roll for that because there wouldn't be any.
Oh dear. Yeah, I'll do that right now. And then
You know what?
is going to take out her gun and mallet and start making
Wait.
a bunch of noise.
Before she does anything drastic, I just wanna go up to him and be like, you know what? I actually came here with my friend. She was going to teach me all the traditions and how to pay my respects to the drunken sailor, but I think I should learn from the professionals. Why don't you teach me? Sorry, my English not working. Why don't
You
you
can
teach me
roll.
yourself?
You
You
can
know,
roll.
she's kind of dumb.
You can roll to either persuade or deceive him, but I'm gonna increase the difficulty on this because you've already attempted one.
All right, I'm gonna try to persuade him.
Okay, roll me a presence check. I've written down a number, by the way. That's not good enough. He looks down at you and he goes, "You mind your tongue." And he's gonna look back over at Curio. And what's everyone else doing at this point?
Does he look like he's about to get physical with Curio?
He looks like he's about to usher them both out the door.
I want to see if I can find somebody who had a few drinks, like on the side, who looks happier than life. And when
Let me think. Okay. All right. Okay.
okay. And I want to. If there are any cups, is there any table that's unattended that has a drink on it, or like
There's a
or is
couple of-
like
there's
a
there's a couple of tables where there's like empty glasses on. There might be
Yeah.
like the sweets left in them, but overall, like there's no like
Is-
full glass.
okay, but I'm assuming are there like glasses made of wood, like those type of mugs, so they wouldn't be able to see into the drink? Is my
Yeah.
question. Okay, so as I'm walking with my tail, I want to swipe one of them and like grab it, and I want to sit down next to one of those people, like someone who's like happy-go-lucky, and I'm like,
Okay.
Can I kind of like tag team here Zahir with you on this?
yeah,
Do you wanna like try and sit down and bait out the pay your respects from someone that's pissed drunk and get them to do it for
yeah.
us? Yeah. Can
Tell us,
I
like,
help
how-
distract to make this work?
Before you guys do this, I want to know what Rowan and Pan are doing.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so have we walked in the drunken sailor yet?
If you were heading in that direction back when there were people outside still, then yes, you would.
Okay.
You'd have come in through the door, and Rowan, you know this place. You know this place pretty well. Like this is a common drinking ground for people that do trade up the Veiled Sea. Whilst you might not have been here a huge amount of times yourself, you've certainly heard of the place.
Okay. So I know who the drunken sailor is, and I know what I'm supposed to do here, how I pay my respects.
Yeah, I'd say, okay, so roll me a knowledge check. We're
Come
gonna
on,
see if you
Rowan.
can recall the information.
Okay. Straight up +0 here.
I'm looking for a 14 or above.
12.
Oh.
12 with
Guys
hope,
are
you
rolling.
know.
Okay, so like you've heard the idea of the drowned sailor, and you feel like you've heard the story before, but you just don't remember it.
Right.
You've spent too much time. You know, maybe you've had too many drinks, or I don't know. Perhaps it just wasn't your cup of tea, because obviously, but you know that it is deity related. You know, you knew that it corresponded in that area because of your own deity.
Okay. Now, Pan, I know we've been here before, but do you remember what we're supposed to do? Because I remember they were pretty tight with the security. There was the one guy that sounded like Augustus. I quite liked him, but I'm not really sure how we got in last time.
Can I roll to see if I remember?
Yeah. So you guys have been traveling together for a while, and obviously this is on the west side, and you traveled up through here more recently. So yeah, I'll say you can roll.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, yeah, say 14 again.
This is a knowledge roll, right?
Yeah.
Can I give him the help action here? And I'll just start like saying words like, I'm pretty sure it had to do with religion, deity, maybe the Wave Watchers. Although I feel like Augustus would have said something, but it's definitely religious.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Roll with advantage.
26. 18.
Okay. You remember, Pan, that this is you're both well equipped with deities and how they kind of work in the seafaring world, and how fluid they are as belief systems. And you recall a particular story regarding a sailor who tried to sail through the Cerulean Pass, which you recall is like the really dodgy area, where there's a lot of storms, and the currents and so on and so forth. Let me. You remember that this particular story told of a particular voyage from a particular sailor who was trying to hit the Veiled Sea, and as the story goes, the winds and the currents were so strong he was sailing through the Cerulean Pass for a matter of years. And he is the whole story is a testament to the willpower and the determination of sailors in general, like seafaring folk. And you know it relates somewhat to the Aquiri. You know the Aquiri for yourself, and you know the water deity aspect of it. Yeah, you know the drowned sailor was supposed to be it's tied to that deity think that you know. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Do I see any sort of shrine or anything that would denote a place to worship?
Roll me an instinct check, and it's gonna be
Okay.
low.
Instinct +1.
What do you
This
think?
place is full of trinkets and it's full of other things. That's why I'm making you roll. But
month.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so off in the corner, you can see what looks to be like a serpentine shape, and you recognize it as like the figurine that would be on the front of a ship. And around it, there are a couple of candles and various messages pinned to the walls around it.
Let's see. I point that out to Rowan and I give him a quick nod.
Lead away.
I will make my way over to the shrine and pay my respects. Yeah.
Whilst that's happening, let's go back to everybody else and see what you guys are doing.
Oh, I noticed the giant, dude. I noticed the massive 10-foot giant walking through the crowd.
Yep, I would say you do.
Yeah.
The 10-foot tall giant is a singular spectacle within the confines of this place.
As sort of Zahir is like kind of taking a drink to sort of do this, I sort of catch a glimpse of what he's trying to do and lean in, and I gesture over to like the giant and this human character as they're moving quite irregularly compared to everyone else. I'm like, should we go and look over there?
Yeah, and so as Pan is moving over towards this corner, he's gonna be in front of him is gonna be the same man, and he's gonna be like, "You look like seafaring folk. You here to pay your respects?"
Yeah.
And he's gonna, because obviously Clover and Curio are still there before him. He's gonna usher the two of them out of the way and let you pass. So, would you like to say anything to him regarding that, or are you just gonna allow him to continue his?
I'll let him.
Are you one of those that
Absolutely
keeps
not.
their religion super like close knit? Because I feel like that's silly. Isn't the whole point of religion to get people to follow?
Are you asking the man?
Yeah.
It's not about people knowing stuff. It's about what you believe yourself. If you
I
know
can agree
anything
with
about
that.
the deities on the seas, they change like the tides. Sharing
What
them
if
ain't
I...
gonna... Sorry?
Go ahead.
Sharing them ain't gonna do you no good. It's about your stoic belief.
I can agree with you to a certain extent, but what if I were to teach these people the way of this place so that you can take their money as well as ours?
He looks at you at the mention of money, and he looks back over at Renji at the bar. And Renji just shrugs again. Like, this is clearly like a thing that they do with each other, like, a lot. And he's like, well, ignorance isn't welcome around here, but if you're willing to put the work in and show them the ropes, then who am I to stand in your way?
I'm sure I could handle that. And it's the
And he looks-
festivities. Might as
He
well have a
looks
good
down
time.
at he looks down at Clover and Curio and gives you like a almost an anticipatory kind of look, just to suggest acknowledgement of this negotiation that they've almost had. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And you too, I've vouched for you, so if you could please behave, at least while we're in here. I saw a little spectacle earlier from afar, and I don't really want that on my watch.
Did the guy leave already?
No, he's still there.
Okay, then Clover's going to behave themselves.
Much obliged.
Curio looks at you like has no idea what you're talking about. And just says, "Well, thank you for vouching for me." So,
I like to give everything at least 1 or 2 chances.
That's one
oh,
chance
this
more
is my
than I
first, right?
What's that?
And we'll walk over to you.
Lead the way,
Okay.
Pan.
All right,
hang on. Back to sorry, names. Zahir and Gray.
Mm-hmm.
I think if Gray was like, "Ah, that is about to do something," and I've already talked to the giant, I'm kind of like establishing a telepathic link with the giant, but I'm not gonna say anything yet. I'm just watching if I can like discern what they do, but if not, I'll be like, "What did you do there, friend?" Like type of
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, I guess Gray would lean in and sort of be like, well, looks like those folks up there sort of figured things out and dissolved stuff. I mean, I'm gonna go up there since Gwenny's sort of marching on forwards. I don't know if she's still got some stuff left to say, and so he sort of sits up and or gets up and walks over to Gwenny. Like as Gwendolyn's like walking up, yeah, what does Gray see from Gwendolyn?
Being completely ignored by the two men, Gwendolyn is livid, and she is literally marching towards this man. I think they're at least twice her size because she's very like small, and she's marching, you know, like finger up, like you do not ignore me, you know, you big balding boots. With Ezekiel like trotting behind her, not in any kind of threatening manner, just looking around like, you know, tongue out. And yeah, if you don't reach her very quick, she's gonna make some trouble.
Can I try and maybe make a roll to see if I can get to Gwenny quick to pull her away?
You may. I'll allow it.
Right.
If I see like Gray's moving, I'll also be like, it's no point of me just sitting here. If I'm just gonna wait, if everybody's gonna cause commotion, so I'm just gonna like trail Gray.
Okay.
Roll me an instinct check.
All right. Let's have a look. Sync +1. All right. Oh, that's a 10.
You're gonna get there like while she's like halfway through what she's saying. So Gwendolyn, what are you saying?
Gwendolyn goes right in front of not the bartender, the other one, and he's like, "Listen to me, you big oaf. I don't know how you do things here, but we are tourists here. We are here to give you money."
Gwendolyn, fairies have scales. Sailor guys have beards. All right.
Yes, but he was bullying them.
Yeah, because he's got a beard. All right. Let's move on and look. I've seen an old friend.
And he didn't bull.
I've seen an old friend. You know, you want to be an adventurer, right? Well, look, I've got the perfect example over here. And Gray is just gonna usher Gwenny towards this human druid that he doesn't actually know anything about, but have kind of good decorum, and just push Gwenny that way and go, all right, look, go talk to this adventurer. You want to be an adventurer, right? You want to go on adventures and quests, and he's just gonna like drown Gwenny in all these like doggy keywords of like, you want to have adventures, you want to get gold, you want to learn skills.
And I think that actually works on Gwendolyn. For a couple of times she's like, yes, but they were. Yeah, no, is it true? You think he's an adventurer? Also,
look, this fine gentleman here is, and then Gray's gonna like look towards you, Rowan, and be like, I don't know you. Please introduce yourself.
I think while they were even still kind of talking, Rowan would have came over and just been like, "Excuse me, miss, could I please meet your dog?"
Well, he's not a dog.
Well,
a
I can
wolf,
see that, but...
And his name is Ezekiel, and... Come on, Zeke! Down! And Ezekiel just looks at me, doesn't see it at all.
I'm gonna put out my hand to Ezekiel and just let him sniff me.
Ezekiel comes up to you and like his wet nose like just briefly glances across your fingers, and like he's looking at you curiously and using his nose to get a gauge of who you are.
Go
Yeah.
on, Zeke.
Sorry,
He
little
looks like a
fella.
good guy.
Probably lots of different scents coming off of me. And I'll just give him little scritches under his chin. Are you joining in the, I guess it's turned into a lesson at this point on... Look, just come over here.
Are you gonna teach me how to be a great adventurer?
Uh, if you want,
Gray
I was
said you're
going
a
to teach
great
you how to get a
adventurer.
drink at this place, but... I
Oh,
mean, we
I don't
always have
drink.
room on the crew.
I don't drink.
Well, we can talk about contracts after we don't get kicked out of this bar.
Like when you say the word contract, like her eyes widen, she looks back at Gray. He's gonna give me a contract!
And whilst this
I'm
happening,
an adventurer now!
Clover, what are you doing?
Alright, as soon as the other guy got out of earshot, I just want to stare at Rowan and be like, we didn't need your help, filthy human. Why do your eyes look like that?
Well, long story, but do you prefer animals to humans?
I prefer anything to you, Phil.
And before she's done talking, Rowan will orchestrate to turn into a little black bunny rabbit and just run around it in between her legs.
Dude, she actually likes that.
And
Rio
Pan.
runs after the bunny rabbit.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
That's a neat trick you got there, human. But I'm
And I'll
not sure
turn.
it's little freaks. I know you lot. You are treacherous.
She's saying this to a bunny as it's still running around.
yeah.
Pan, would you like to tell me what you're doing as you approach this corner?
You see Pan kind of bow his head a little bit more than he normally does because like the ceiling's only like 8 feet tall. But you see him sort of he doesn't exactly fall prostrate, but he does get into kind of a more submissive position, and he closes his eyes and begins a short prayer towards the drunken sailor.
What would he say?
Drunken sailor, you have shown us in the testament that resilience and steadfastness, as strong as the seas, as fast as the riptide, is truly what makes a sailor one who can be counted upon. Thank you for the services that you have shown us, and I thank you for the lessons you have taught us. May your
Creative
legacy,
spark.
may your lessons be reverberated centuries and millennia from now.
Love it. That was awesome.
That was beautiful.
Creative spark, definitely. And as you speak, the gruff, raggly bearded man comes over and stands beside you quite solemnly, and he listens to what you're saying. Yeah, you fit right in here. And he puts a hand on your shoulder, like in support of the things that you're saying. And come on, let me get you a drink. And he opens his hand off towards one of the tables.
I'll head towards that.
Back as a human now, I'll go. Okay. You saw the expert. Who wants to go next?
I'm gonna.
Where's
go.
Curio?
I'm
Oh,
gonna
Curio
ignore
was
him.
running around with the
He's
bunny,
lady.
and then the bunny turned back to a human. So now Curio was standing beside the Anne and was trying to just follow the gestures, not really doing anything else. And I don't know if that gets her anywhere.
You're doing this in the corner, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you say? If anything at all.
I think Curio thinks that
Alan speaks volumes in this situation because once she says anything, it's probably going to offend people. While
Okay.
she's just doing the gestures and closing her eyes and not saying anything. Like, I don't know if you guys did this in school, but I know I was in school. You close your eyes, and when everything's done, you say amen. That's what Curio's doing.
Okay. And obviously the corner's away from the bar, but the barman looks over at you when you're finished and he catches your glance and he just gives you like a quick nod of acknowledgement.
Awesome.
And yeah. What's everyone else doing?
I want
I
to
think
know
I'll
what's
also-
the lady.
Am I allowed to go up and offer a prayer?
You are?
I'll step up and I'm like catching the drift of what I watched Pandro. I'll go up and I'll be like, I will precipitate a tiny storm in my hand.
One second. Are you muted on whatchamacallit?
Oh yeah,
On-
I just hit the mute button.
Okay, we're good. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, I'll precipitate a small storm in between my palms. And I will say, from heavens you watch, the tides you bind, our ships you catch from the unruly tide. And then as I say that, the storm dissipates and you see like a small like purple and pink ship just like sail away toward the bar.
Okay. The barman looks at it and he looks kind of startled. It's clear that magic isn't that common around here. And he's giving you like curious / suspicious eyes.
That's fine.
He doesn't appear to be negatively charged towards you. However, at the same time, you don't feel like a warming presence by him either. There's no real. You don't quite know where you stand. But it appears for now that you're able to continue on.
All right, cool. And then I will move on, and I will, once Curio and Gwendolyn have like also passed through, I'll like call on both of them when I get the chance.
Actually, Gwendolyn, I would like, while Owen is distracting the crazy elf that wanted to slice my throat, Gwendolyn would like to get close to Kuya. She's not gonna pray because out of principle, because if you tell me to pray, I'm not gonna do it. But she would like to get close to Kuya, if possible.
Okay. I'd like to know how Rowan reacts to that. You've noted that in a space where respect is shown to this particular deity or person or whatever the story says is, and there is an underlying sense of I think you feel almost like a disrespect. This isn't your deity per se, but you imagine that if someone treated your deity this way, how would you feel?
I think seeing Gwendolyn kind of navigate away from the altar, whatever it was, while everyone was kind of getting in line to at least pay some respects, he would have just pulled her aside and said, miss, sorry, I didn't learn your name. I just learned your dogs.
Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn, right. I feel like just from studying you for just a few moments, I understand what you're feeling, because I don't really agree with much of many religions either, but the one thing you can do that can just make everything easier for everyone else is to just show your respect. And that's all that anyone's really asking. I understand that you're younger
Sorry,
than the rest of us.
Don't get. Well, first of all, I'm not that young, not a child. But don't get me wrong. I am very devout. I would have found a way to pray for this drunken sailor if some bullies didn't force me and other people to do it.
Trust me,
You
they're
can-
not
you
bullies,
can-
they're sailors.
Is there any
All bark,
difference?
no bite.
They were gonna push people out of their tavern just because they didn't know their customs. What you did, that was good. You knew the custom, and you came here and tried to teach them to us, to make us part of your culture. They did the opposite. They bullied that apparently fairy, not a dragon, and the crazy elf, telling them that either they acted like they wanted, or they would have pushed out. I am not gonna. I would have. I swear, I would have gone and prayed to this drunken sailor, and I will do it on my own. I don't want to disrespect anyone, except those two bullies.
I don't
You
disagree
shouldn't
with you.
reward bully.
I mean, I suppose we don't have to drink here, but for the time being, I think it's best to just show our best faces and show our respect. You don't even have to pray. I was going to do my own silent prayer and just flick a coin in. But that's up to everyone to decide.
But they would win that way. If you don't show bullies that they cannot get their way with pure violence and boldness, they will always win.
You spend
Right,
time
you
around
get-
enough
you-
sailors. Go ahead.
You get a sense that there's something underlying here. That's all. You just have like a feeling about it. You don't necessarily want to press it or whatever else. You're just making note of the fact that you feel like there's more to this than perhaps.
Listen, Mr. Owen, was it?
Yeah, Rowan Crow, at your service.
Oh no, no one is at my service. But listen, Gray
I
told
am
me
fucking God.
Gray is the goblin. Told me
Yes, I
that-
didn't properly meet you either. Grey, was it?
Oh, yes, sir.
he told
No,
me you are
I'll give him a
great-
firm handshake.
He told me you're a great adventurer, and since I am trying to become a great adventurer too, if you say that I need to pay my respects, I will. Like, he can tell you, pointing at Gray, I am good at following orders, sometimes, once in a while, but I still believe we shouldn't.
Gray is just
My
looking
main
really
point
proud and
is-
smug right now. And he's just like, yeah, you tell him. Tell him.
Sometimes you just gotta put a face up. That's all I'm saying. Just for appearances.
Gwenny, you want to play a game?
Well, apparently you have to pay respects now.
Yeah, alright. Well, let's play a game first. You got a coin?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, come with me. We need some room for this game because there's too many bloody people. Alright, come over here in this corner. We're going to play a game. You're going to flip that coin, alright, and I'm going to guess what it fucking lands on. If it's heads or if it's tails. Alright, sound good?
Yeah, that's kind of a boring game, but yeah, for sure.
Alright. What you're going to do is you're going to flick it over this way, and I'm going to guess what it lands on. This is a magic trick. I know exactly what it's going to land on.
When you say the word magic, she like gets suddenly into.
Alright.
Yeah,
Get
for sure.
ready.
And she
Get
flips
ready.
it.
And I swing around my sword, and I hold it out, like, pointing it at the coin. And I make her, like, flick the coin at this, like, thing to basically bait her into paying respects for the coin.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
Gwendolyn
That
falls
is-
for it. Like,
Beautiful.
and you just see the warm glow of these runes on the sword. It doesn't glow too much, but you know, visual effect. And then the coin lands, and just as it lands, I just want to like catch a quick glimpse and just say, "Oh, it's this side." And then I just look over at the barkeep and I take a quick bow.
The barkeep looks over at you, shakes his head, but he has a grin on his face.
I don't think Gwendolyn noticed that you tricked her. She's like,
Nope.
so that was it? That was kind of boring.
Well, I guess you won the game. Congrats. We should go get a drink to celebrate. I think they have
So I
got
don't
some.
have to pay respects.
Oh, look, all of that business is. Don't worry about that. You did great standing your ground. Good job. I just pat you on the back. I'm like, all right, let's.
Yes, thank you. Let's go drink. I mean, you know, I drink water, but let's go drink some.
And I just walk over to Zahir and I put my hand out for the 1 gold.
I was like, I'm like, begrudgingly, like I'm not even looking at his hand. I'm like, fine.
Oh my god. Oh, that was great. Loved that. I loved everything about that. That was so good. Okay, is there anybody else who's paying respect?
I want to give the
Rowan
gold I
like
get from
that
Zahir to
silently.
Clover as well, just as like a passing.
Okay. So you guys can mark that off if it's an exchange.
Who's passing me the coin?
Gray.
All right. They take it. They look at you kind of weird, like what the fuck? But they take it.
You get a sense
And
of
you hear me, Renya?
bygones. You just get a simple look in the exchange, just like bygones.
Okay. Sorry, did someone say they wanted to pay respect?
Yeah, Rowan would have done it like just pretty quick, silently with his eyes closed, maybe a knee on the ground, and just would have flicked a coin after and went to the bar with Pan.
I'm curious, what would he be thinking in that situation?
I think the internal monologue would have just been something along the lines of like a quick prayer to the drunken sailor, or the drowned sailor, sorry.
Okay.
And a quick prayer also to the Wave Watcher's deity.
Okay.
Just saying, in his head, I would hope that you would impose in me the strength of the waves and the storms to carry on. And just to do good in this world. Thank you.
The barman's looking over at you, and he's very aware of the fluidity of these characters portrayed in the water world. It's very fluid, and that's just a part of the whole. And he nods towards you and is in acknowledgement, and you feel like he is happy with what you've done. He has a sorry, my words have gone.
I'll just give him a nod and continue to the bar. Trying to find Pan, it's not that hard.
Okay. Yeah. Are you here? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm hearing now.
What are you doing?
I'm heading over to the lady. She's kind of a little bit peeved that at every moment she's getting stopped. She heads over to the lady and introduced herself. She says, "Hi."
I'll go with her, so... Sorry.
Yeah.
Good
you can
evening.
come. We would like to sign up for your show.
Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna be the main attractions.
the
for
main
sure.
attraction.
Yeah,
As you
of
say
course.
this, well, that's quite wonderful. We don't often get outsiders who usually get stuck with. Well, I think you saw some of the things we get stuck with earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we will bless you with our presence. And we won't
For
even
sure.
charge you.
Say that again, sorry.
We will bless you with your presence, and we won't even charge you.
Well, that is most kind. We don't usually pay for such things, but if you want to be added to the list, are you a group or are you single act?
We are a duo. The magic duo.
For sure. Can I just recommend something? I know the guy said he's protecting you, but if you really want outsiders next time, you should probably try to not make him stop outsiders before they reach in.
This isn't my space. This belongs to Renji, and she points over at the man behind the bar, the bald guy. and this belongs to him. How he runs his establishment is completely up to him, but I do have some sympathy with their beliefs.
Yeah, sure, I understand that. I'm just saying that if you want outsiders, I guess they have to be respectful to the drowned sailor without knowing who the drowned sailor is or how to respect him.
Well, you
Yeah,
can't
probably just leave.
You can't come into the drowned sailor and not know who the drowned sailor is. That's just, common knowledge.
Yeah, common to everybody but outsiders. I'm just saying if you want outsiders, that's what's gonna happen. But that's not my problem anymore. I'm just saying. So where do we sign up?
She holds out a quill and asks for your name.
Cheerio. Curio.
Curio and
Clover. You should know how to spell that.
I do, thank you. I might not look the part, but I did organize this event.
You're doing great.
You do look like it. You're
Thank
kind.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Flattery will get you everywhere. And she takes a sip of her beer. Her voice clearly irritated by all of the loud speaking that she's had to do all day. And just thankful that she can just take a moment. Well, you guys will be on after. And she looks down the list and she goes, yes, you'll probably be after Rashus and Tajin. Quite an interesting duo. Musically inclined and rather wonderful, to be fair.
So you're saying they're a competition?
Oh no! There is no competition here. We're all here just to share our skills and obviously push forward with the celebration. We're here to celebrate, and whether that's musically inclined, the poetically inclined, and her tone just shifts completely.
Everyone is competition, the way I see it.
Well, let's just take her word for it that it's not a competition. And then behind her hand, she says, "It's a competition."
Let's show the world our magnificent beauty.
I wish you both the best of luck, and I truly look forward to seeing what you have to offer. And she's making suggestions that there's not too much longer to go. You get the sense that there's I don't know, 2 or 3 acts before yours.
Okay. So in that case, I look over to Clover and say, "Okay, we need to change your clothes. You look awful. Maybe take a bath before we go on stage." Or, oh wait, someone has that spell that makes everything clean, right? Let's go. Move it. Hustle.
Alright, I'm moving. Don't worry about it.
Pan.
Yes.
Why are you here, sir? As you're brought one of the more expensive beers in this establishment, a brigand swill. You notice a figure come in through the door. They have a hood up, but you see the briefest flash of white. They look like they're not trying to draw attention to themselves. They're keeping to the lesser crowded areas, which in turn you find very conspicuous.
I see. Interesting. I believe Rowan's arrived to me at this point.
Say that again, sorry?
I believe Rowan's arrived at my location at this point.
Yeah, by this time you're all congregating by the bar. Obviously Curio and Clover, they went to go down the bar a little bit to speak to Archie. But yeah, the rest of you, if you would have been by the bar, you would be around in this vicinity should you wish to be, discussing perhaps the trouble that's occurred so far, and I don't know, just generally discussing and chit chatting with one another.
I have a question that is a bit of out of left field.
Okay.
Because I know how Vandalin and the Barrows function. As the more I went westward, have I noticed two things? Have I noticed, like, the more I went westward, I encountered less arcane magic? Like, practitioner. And have I encountered, did it have an inverse relationship with, like, how religious people are?
Not specifically, no.
Okay.
I don't think there was a correlation there. You just recognize the fact the more west you went, the less engineered things were, right? Burrows, you remember there were like artificery type machinations that helped with, say, the lifts. Some of this magic was channeled. But over here, like that hasn't touched this area of the thingy. Over here, magic it's a rarity. It's something that often, if you went to a small village, there might be feared, or there might be a certain level of skepticism against. It's not that people think that magic doesn't exist at all. It's just it's not a common occurrence, so to speak.
Well, if it's rare, it's valuable, and if it's valuable, I can use it to get my way. So that's what I wanted to ask.
I
Do
would
I
like
see? Go ahead, sorry.
Oh no, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, do I see Pan kind of perk up like he sees something?
Don't know, Pan. What do you think?
Definitely. I think Pan's someone who finds it hard trying to keep his emotions away from his face, and so you'd see him kind of narrow his eyes a little bit as he notices the person walking in.
What is it, Pan? I know that face.
No, something about that person bugs me, I guess. I'll go check
Can
it
I
out.
see? Can I see who he's referring to?
Yeah, as you like look through the crowd of people, like you just see the flash of like a hooded travel cloak, as it's making its way very gracefully through the bar.
Keeping an eye on him.
Do I recognize their height or like their walking gait?
You recognize it? Not really. No, it's not. You don't think it's someone that you've met before?
Could I get an instinct roll on this? If I hear maybe Rowan talking about it as I approach them at the bar.
Oh, okay. You want an instinct roll to see if you pick up on the conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Roll an instinct. How secretive are you guys trying to be with this conversation?
It would have been relatively hushed tones, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
It's a loud enough
1.
bar.
Okay.
I mean, semi-discreet. I don't know, like a 5, I guess.
Okay.
Let's have a look. So 15.
Yeah, I'd say you pick up on elements of the conversation.
Okay.
Perhaps not all of it. It's quite loud in here. But there were definitely words that were picked up upon.
Okay. Yeah. As you guys are conversing about this and sort of talking and doing your thing, you'll see you'll see this goblin character kind of approach you two at the bar and sort of like just look up at Pan, being double his height. Are you guys alright? Something happening?
Not sure yet.
Yeah.
What's
Just,
the decal? Details.
I point out the person in the. Did you say it was a hood or a cloak?
Yeah, it's like a travel cloak. It's very like it hangs low around the legs, and obviously there's a hood up. It's quite quite baggy hood, and it's clutched around them.
Yeah. I put him on.
Yeah, right. Can I look to Gwendolyn and Ezekiel and sort of like gesture my hands to bring up Ezekiel and just start to get. Would Gwendolyn pick up on this?
Sorry? Would Gwendolyn pick up on this? What specifically? If you're trying to move over to,
Like I'm trying to bring Ezekiel into maybe like track or sort of like keep a good sense of the hooded figure.
I mean, you can talk to Gwendolyn about that, yeah? If that's something you want to attempt.
Yeah, I guess Gwendolyn would see a familiar like tracking sign, like if we use it in hunting, maybe something like that when we're traveling.
I'm gonna tell you this though. You will know that Gwendolyn is actually better than Ezekiel.
Oh, okay. Well, then he'll probably just
Ezekiel
gesture
is
like.
more sneaky and scary than.
Oh, okay. Then he'll probably just gesture to you to be like he'll gesture you with hand signs, of like track, and then he'll point at the hooded person.
I would say that Gwendolyn
At this
is trying
point,
to be-
at this point, and I'm gonna post this in chats that you guys can see. The hooded figure disappeared.
Oh wow. That's unlucky. Natural 20.
Yeah.
That's rough. That's rough. Well, never
Gwendolyn
mind.
Looks at where Gray is pointing, like.
Oh shit. He just looked up to the giant. It's like, well, he's gone. Did you guys know him or?
No, not really. Just about curious, so.
Okay. What's everyone gonna do now?
I think I'm just honestly, Zahir is like, I just need this mission to be good and I can go back home. Don't just like make sure it doesn't implode, Zahir. You can do this. And I keeping an eye to where, because I know Gwendolyn wants to talk to Curio, and I know that Curio is with Clover. So when I feel like that's about to happen, I'm gonna step in because I have zero faith in Clover.
Dude, that hurts.
Have I been proven wrong this whole time?
If that's how Zahir feels, that's fair.
And actually, like when Gray tells Gwendolyn to look at the guy, but she doesn't see anyone, and she's like, "Okay, Gray is getting old." She would actually try and go to Kuya, seeing if this time she can actually do it.
Alright. As they see the girl approaching, they're gonna take the knife out. So they're not gonna do anything more. They're just gonna be with their knives out. And they're gonna stand in front of Curio.
I'm behind Gwendolyn.
What do you want?
Gwendolyn gives a quick look at Clover, and what's your deal?
What's your deal? Would you keep getting back to us?
Yeah, I'm not trying to talk to you. You put a knife in my throat. And
Yeah, but
excuse
you're
me,
trying to talk to my friend, and that's the same as talking to me, you fucking human. We don't need you here.
Gwendolyn completely ignores Clover.
Dude, I'm not gonna allow that. You're not gonna get past me.
Oh no, she's not getting past you. She's still keeping her distance from Clover, from Kuya. She stops
Alright.
at about 10 paces. She just stops talking to Clover at all.
Curio, what are you gonna do?
I think Curio is like a little bit peeved that you don't like her. So she's not going to try to say anything. She said everything she wanted to say to you, and you basically spit it on her friendship. So she wants nothing to do with you, unless you change your mind.
Clover's just gonna say, "You wanna talk to my friend? You say it out loud."
I am
guys are
talking
trouble.
out loud. Once again, what's your problem? I am speaking. Oh, why am I wasting time for you? Excuse me, Miss Fairy Dragon Fairy, I think. Your owner, and she points at.
Oh, he's in
So
big
here-
trouble.
Your owner said that I was mistaken, and you actually are a fairy. And I just came here to say that I am very sorry for. You tried to tell me I had my own prejudice, and I just wanted to apologize for how I acted before. And I understand if you don't like, if you're angry at me, or if you don't want to. I don't know what the problem with your friend is, pointing at Clover, but I understand if you don't want to listen to me or anything. I just recognize my mistake, and I just wanted to say to try and apologize. I'm gonna leave you alone now, if that's what you want. Just
Okay. So my friend did wrong. I know that. She's not gonna accept it. That's just how it's gonna be.
I was trying to fucking protect you
And I
From a
appreciate you
child?
with my whole
from a
I'm not a
human.
child.
And also,
Oh my
you
God.
don't get to talk, Mr. Zahir. What do you mean you're my owner? Huh?
I was
What's
trying
the-
to. I
whoa,
was
what's
kind
it?
of sorry. I was busy trying to convince them that you're not a dragon that was gonna melt them and eat them and kill them.
So you chose ownership? Oh,
They did,
so
not
you're
me.
like them, aren't you? You're like
Listen.
them,
You said she's your
okay?
pet.
No, you said she was my pet.
No,
I just never
asked.
corrected you.
I asked, and you said yes.
Semantics.
Either Curio or Clover, roll me a instinct check.
Are they instinct against what I'm saying?
No.
Alright, how much instinct you got? Is it like one person rolling it or
One
multiple?
person rolls, you guys decide who.
Alright, you should go. I have 0. Curio, are you there?
Curio, hello.
Oh, they
Hello.
got booted from into the audience again.
Oh, I got them. Yep. Sorry.
I don't know why that happens.
Why are they getting booted so much?
Yeah, I don't know.
You back right now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Would you roll? So I asked, would you or Clover roll me an instinct check, please?
I have 0, so it should be you.
Mm-mm-mm. Okay.
Oh, big roll.
You see Archie walking out of the bar and towards the stage. He goes out of the door and she's clearly about to go up on stage. I made you roll because you guys are in a deep argument and you could have missed it. You could miss your opportunity to be on stage. But yeah, so you see Archie heading out, and you get the feeling that there's one act before you now, yeah, please continue.
Listen, I don't know anything about ownership or what. I did not mean to insult anyone. It's just that your friend, this guy, and she points at Zahir, told me you were his pet. I don't know anything about any of this. I just came here to say I'm sorry for how I treated you.
Listen here, ugly boy, and I'm gonna point the knife straight at here. No one owns my friend. You hear me? Not you.
I completely
Fucking circus
ignore
freak.
Courier. I completely ignore Clover. I'm like, the kid came here to apologize. If you have issues with me, that's fine. I'm talking to Curio. Isn't a joke in poor taste, but I wanted to make sure they apologize to you.
Yeah, you better apologize to her. You
I'm
fucking...
completely ignoring Clover. I'm not even looking them in the eye.
Gwendolyn turns towards Zahir. What's with the elf and the knife?
I
What's
leaned down.
annoying
I
child?
don't know.
That lady just left, by the way. Fucking didn't you guys want to?
I can't hear you, Renya. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah,
don't
I
like-
can't hear any either.
I can't hear you.
Wait. Who can't we hear?
Renya.
Renya.
Is Rania speaking? No, we can't hear you right now.
He's muted.
You're muted on Discord, Rania.
Even when they weren't muted, we couldn't hear
Nice.
them. Oh, there we
There
go.
you go.
Okay.
Yeah, we hear you.
I was trying to say before was that Ariel clocks this and just kind of taps Clover and say, can you make just gonna tell them something real quick.
All right, they're listening to you.
And then she turns to you and says, "Thank you for your apology. I guess I was just a little bit upset that you didn't like me for no reason, because that sucks. No one likes that." And then looks to Zahir and says, "I thought we were friends, so
Wait,
it just
wait,
hurts
sorry.
a little bit."
And Zahir would be like, we are friends, and friends jest. Just please don't take it personally. And to show my appreciation and friendship, when you are on stage, I'll have a little surprise for you. A good one.
Wow. Can't wait.
She takes your words, but you can see that when you said ownership, it really hit a chord for her.
All
Like you
right.
didn't expect it to hit as much of a chord as it did. So she's
Alright.
kind of more pulling back a little bit more reserved for now. And she said, "All right, let's go to the stage. We don't want to miss."
All right,
Okay.
we're walking to stage.
So, is everyone heading towards the stage?
What are you guys
Yeah.
doing? I'm gesturing to Rowan and Pan.
We have more
I don't-
to do, right?
I think
feel
if I
we have
saw
much
everybody, I'll
reason-
just invite everybody that we're going to the stage event because we've interacted enough, and I think a bigger crowd for our friends might be a good shout.
Pan, what do you say? I feel like we don't have much reason to go to the stage, but I don't mind either way. I feel like I'm kind of suspicious of whatever perked your ears earlier, so it's up to you.
I mean, we could ask around a little bit and then hit the stage. There's no harm in either.
Sounds good.
Okay. So, you guys are heading to the stage, I'm assuming?
I wanted to look around the bar first to see if there's
Okay.
any sign of that hooded figure that we saw earlier.
I'm not going to make you roll for it. You don't see her.
Okay. Maybe a good idea to get outside then.
Jax, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear a very key word there.
No one had anything.
Gwen
Yeah,
just follows whatever Grays do.
Gray looks at you. He's like, "Look, this is your day and event. I just want to pick up maybe some sharpening stones or some loose equipment while we're here." And
I mean, on one side, I kind of feel guilty for treating the fairy like I did. And I'm still not convinced she's a fairy, but you know. The other side, I really don't want to see the elf.
well, look at it this way: if they're good on stage, then you can cheer them on and feel good because you cheered them on. If they suck, then maybe you can take that as malice. I don't know, but Feels like something to do.
Then the stage it is.
All right.
Okay, so I'm assuming everyone's going, right? I'm just making sure that I haven't missed anybody. Okay.
Yeah.
So as
Gray,
you
Gray
make
would
your
be
way outside-
actively sorry. Gray would be actively looking for any just while going out and traveling to the stage, looking for like where to pick up things, so he can eventually do
Okay.
that. Yeah.
You know, this is the kind of town where, you have the general goods store and, you have a market once a week. But apart from that, you'd kind of go and ask people, right? It's more of
Gotcha.
a bartery type system here. If you wanted if you're having trouble with with a ship, for example, you'd come and ask in the drowned sailor, and someone would know someone or have something that might be able to help you.
Gotcha.
It's quite close knit in that sense. Because you'll make your way outside, the stage is now packed, like around it and the street, leading to. Let me change. Oh. Yeah, like the walkways leading up to the stage are like jammed full of people now. And on the stage you see a galapa and you see a ribbit. The ribbit has a pipe in their hands, and the galapa has it's almost like a steel drum. And they're playing in sync with each other, and the crowd seems to be really enjoying it. And as you listen to it, you feel yourselves going on the same journey. The crowd isn't applauding; it doesn't need to. There's a certain level of acknowledgement for this performance. The sounds of the steel drum intertwine with like the woodiness of the pipes. Both look very invested in what they're doing. They're not really concerned by what's happening around them. They're just enjoying being on stage and doing their thing. You hear in hushed whispers that this is Rashus and Tajin. Do you guys want to do anything whilst you're out here?
I think Zahir is gonna try. So is the stage circular or is it just like a normal stage?
It's imagine like an octagon, right? And on each of the corner sides, like is stairs going up. It looks pretty much like the stage in the image, except this.
Is there a clear backside?
You'd say the
Like
backside is towards the sea. Yeah.
Okay. So was Zahir once Curio, once it's their turn, Zahir is gonna try and like slither their way back there and like sit on the ground, like with my back toward Curio.
All right. I want you to make me a agility check. You're trying to get through these crowds, and like I said, it's packed.
Agility.
I'm looking for a 15 plus because it is so packed.
That's
That's not
8.
gonna do it. You try and push your way or maneuver your way through this crowd, but every time you push forwards, like the crowd's pushing backwards. No one wants to lose their spot next to the stage, and some people are looking quite annoyed at the fact that you're interrupting them whilst they're listening to this performance. They find it quite disrespectful.
Okay. So is it before Curio and this sort? I got halfway through there, right?
No, I don't think you even got that far. I think you're trying to make your way back there, but I think that like the crowd, you know how it is when you're moving through a crowd, like it either opens up and allows you to go through, or the crowd is resistant and you don't really make any movements whatsoever. You think you're making progress and going around the side, but before you know it, like you're being pushed backwards, and you end up to like where you started.
All right. I think the main thing I want to do is just try to get somewhere, because it doesn't really matter where I am as long as I'm on the backside. So as long as I can get there before Curio sets ends is my plan.
Okay, well,
So I don't-
we'll say that that's what you spend the time between now and that performance doing, and that you are
Okay.
successful. Okay.
Cool.
What's everybody else doing?
I'd say me and Curio are just getting ready.
Okay. And what do you make of this performance?
All right. I actually, we've been planning this, and we know exactly what we're gonna do. So, the first
Okay.
act is Curio. So,
Okay.
Curio.
Oh, ready to start?
Oh no, not yet. I was just wondering if you were making if you had any thoughts on the performance that was being.
Oh, I think that
Oh.
outwardly she's looking unworried at top. Like, oh, this is, I guess, and I guess in her head she's like, oh there, oh there, oh no.
Don't worry,
have to wait.
Curio. We're better than this.
Yeah, we totally are in her head. Oh gee, are we?
Okay. And the rest of you, what are you guys doing?
I think that Gwendolyn is just looking at Ditto with wide eyes, never seen a Galapa, never seen a Ribbit. And she is pestering whoever. She now decided that she talked once to Owen, so he's a friend. She talked to, everyone she talked to is fine. So she's pestering everyone around her with questions about why there's a turtle on stage and then a frog. How can they do this? And like partly enjoying the performance, wide-eyed, and partly bothering everyone around her, asking 1,000 questions on Galapas and Ribbits.
And as you do, like you get short answers, but people are very invested in this particular performance. You get the sense that this particular duo is quite well known as a traveling performance. Yeah, I'm not gonna say any more on that. What's Gray, Pan, Rowan? What you got?
I would gesture to you two and sort of I guess like as we're coming out, not having talked to you guys too much, sort of like ask you questions like so what are you guys doing in West Point here?
We had supplies to deliver for the festival. We do odd jobs. I have a ship, if that helps. Yeah, we got dropped off in West Point. We have a free night after we made our delivery. Me and Pan were just gonna have some fun, although it's hard to get this guy out of his shell sometimes. But
That's a pretty
I don't know.
big shell. I mean,
Yeah, tough to crack.
I don't see any shell.
Figure of speech.
Do you
guy.
have a shell? Do giants have shells?
I mean, not last I checked, no.
Gwendolyn, this is
Okay.
this is that thing that I said when people say something and then they look at you with a really weird look. Typically they're trying to say something else.
Okay.
You know what? For the amount of patience you've had this entire session, have a creative spark. Gray,
Oh, me?
yeah, have a
Incredible.
creative spark.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
I mean
and
that
so,
in a good way, by the way. I'm sorry,
um,
like I didn't mean patience in a derogatory way. I meant that as in the continuance of the character maintaining. Some
yeah.
level of-
No, Gray would start to try and explain like figures of speech, and then like he would like start to meander and just say, you know what? Yeah. People have shells, but sometimes you can't see them. You know, it's not like a beach shell. It's like a emotional shell.
Now that's up there, and I'll point to the stage. I'll say that Galappa, he has a real shell. The shells we're talking about are not physical, metaphorical shells.
I know what shells are and what. Not getting out. I'm not an idiot. I just never seen a giant, and when you're talking about shells on the giant, I thought giants might have shells.
Many
I am
apologies.
sorry if I didn't travel as much as you did.
No, you're doing great. No, you're doing wonderfully well. Look, Gwenny here is pretty new to adventuring and stuff. We met maybe about 8 or 9 months back, and I've been helping them learn the ropes with stuff. But they're a good bloody tracker, good for hunting when you need them.
I mean, I
And
like
I'm
the
not a child.
enthusiasm.
And they're not a child. Yes.
Understood. Gray, you seem to have a keen eye. Back there, we noticed maybe a spike of danger. Do you
Oh
mind keeping
well.
an eye out?
I feel like, it's from what I hear from troops, superstitions, Lilith, moon, and cycle. Oh god, it gets the best of you crazy. So I feel like, well, the moon's loose. Keep your coin tight. That's sort of what I always say.
Something's telling me when the sun goes down and the moon rises, things aren't going to seem normal. I'm not sure if that makes sense. I'm just feeling something in the air.
Oh, that's a sailor for you. Bet you hear lots of tales out in the sea.
I sure do. I'm just saying. Keep
Rashus
an eye
and
out.
Tajin, ladies and gentlemen. Give them a round of applause.
Oh, come
yeah,
on,
right,
Pan, give them a
righto.
round.
Good job.
Yeah, and as you guys are speaking, the crowd erupts into a wonderful. It's like they were in a particular like reverie, and they've just snapped out of it, and they're like, oh, okay, wow, that was so good. Oh wow. And you hear the name Croaksworth thrown about. Before. Next up, we have 2 new entries. Curio and Clover, and she looks about the audience, and you see the familiar Archie look on stage, looking for you both. Or what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna
Real
step right on
life.
stage.
Sorry, say that again.
We'll head to the stage.
Yeah,
I'm
Okay.
kind
on
of
stage.
waiting, trying to get the audience pumped.
Okay, roll a. If you want to get the audience pumped, let's see. Presence check. Let's see how pumped this audience is.
While they're all, just wanted to say that Gwendolyn, when he's their name, she would start clapping and cheering because she still feel guilty about how she treated Kuya. She would like to try and do her best to cheer them up.
Okay,
That's a 13 for me.
a 13. Let's do. You roll yours as well, and we'll see what the
Oh,
average is.
Oh,
wow.
That's a crit.
If I
I did
Yeah.
crit. Oh,
So, Clovey, you go up onto the stage first, and the audience, they're not unwelcoming, but they're still kind of dazed by the last performance, and they're going woo, and you can hear Gwendolyn in the crowd like giving you like massive cheers, and as Curio comes on, everyone's beginning to snap out of it a bit more, and they become more aware of the fact that a new act is coming onto the stage, and for the both of you, they're beginning to clap, and until it all goes silent. And there is a weight on you guys. There is an expectation here. And as you look about the crowd, you see all of these faces looking up at you with wide-eyed expectation. You see a hooded figure in the back, beginning to go off towards one of the buildings. What are you gonna do?
All right.
Um,
Do you want to describe the show for us? The beginning, Curio?
Sure. I think Curio clocks that and tries to look for Zahir in the crowd to see if he can do a mind link with me, and I don't see him.
I will.
Yes.
I was gonna say I'm gonna open a mind link with
Is that what
Kyria.
you? Hang on. Is that what you were gonna do?
Complete. Yeah, I was gonna open a mind link and I was gonna tell them to because my end goal was make the end explosive. Trust me. Because I have 5 hope and an arcane barrage that's ready to shoot into the sky
Okay.
like fireworks.
I'll allow it.
So as you open your mind, like Curio will say, the show must go on, but the masked figure you guys were talking about, the hooded figure, is walking towards the building to the right there. And we'll go into her performance as she asks Mysterious Miss.
And nobody
Just
have
to
told
get
me
us
anything about
screen up.
a Clag Hood, so I'm very confused.
That's fair.
Oh. Oh yeah, so she
Figure?
does a Mysterious Miss as a spoke screen. Have that little stage effect that normally happens at stage shows. As Curio spends a hope, and then she'll spend a dress to fly up into the air
Okay.
and start singing. He holds her her gong and mallet and just bangs on it really loudly, and then she
this-
starts singing.
Go on.
And she goes, "You never find as long as you live
Keep going.
someone who is as beautiful the way I do." And just continue like that.
Okay, roll me another presence. So immediately the initial thoughts from the crowd were a little bit apprehensive, like there's this smoke coming out of seemingly nowhere, and all of a sudden this figure is flying, and it's something that they haven't really witnessed before, and there's like like a shocked gasp. But then you start singing, and let's see how that goes.
Yeah. Okay.
They hear the gong.
Come on. Yeah.
It's a crit! It's a natural crit!
Oh, that is
Oh,
so
whoa.
lucky.
Let's
Wow.
go.
So yeah, like as soon as you start singing and these words start pouring out of your mouth, all of the fear that they had, or the possible fear that they had, the doubt and the skepticism, just disappears. And all of a sudden, this really catchy tune just seems to catch on, and you start hearing the crowd like singing back to you, like
Okay.
trying to get a grasp of the words. That's the start of the performance. Clover, what
Clover
are you
chimes in as the smoke clears. Clover chimes in there.
And as the smoke clears, you notice that the stage changed a bit. There are now 2 poles standing like 2 meters in the air, with little wooden blocks on top of each one of them. And Clover just starts climbing them, and gets to the top, and starts performing things with her body that you didn't even know were possible. And
Okay.
I'm gonna use my aerialist experience to make a roll for that.
Beautiful. Go ahead. We'll say that you
With
found like
presence?
some of you found some of the poles that kind of this stage is like used fairly often, so it's like a flat packed stage, so to speak. And you managed to get some of these balustrade poles free, and you find a place where you can put them in. And yeah, you've got these 2 poles that are fairly high up in the air. Let's see how you do. So the crowd are looking. They're obviously like still chanting this song from Curio. Looking at the little dragon fairy up in the air. And then you
18.
come in
That's an
That was-
18.
with hope. Beautiful. So yeah, you come in and you swing and you balance on one hand, like balancing yourself upside down on one of these poles, and the crowd look like awestruck, like, oh my god, how did she do that? And you flip and then land on like your foot on the same pole. Describe some other things that you do in this situation.
Yeah, so they. Would you allow me to use my crossbow on this?
Yeah, go on. If
Like-
you go ahead.
Curio just gets with their feet and buckles their crossbow while standing upside down with like their hands on the poles, and just
Mhm.
with their feet arms the crossbow and shoots it at a target that was like inside of the stage.
Okay, you're gonna have to roll for that to see if you hit it. We'll say that this particular target. Let me write some numbers.
I'm gonna spend hope again for the realist thing.
Okay.
Do you want agility on
no,
that?
How is this working for aerialist? If you're shooting, if you can explain to me, I'll allow you to do it. But I need clarity.
Yeah, so this was one of the most famous tricks that they used to do on the circus. And originally they even did this with their feet and with the arrow on fire. And
Okay.
you know, it just needs a lot of balance, and you need to be able to be on your hands steadily and stuff.
Okay. Before we get to that, what's everybody else doing? You
I
guys are
think-
witnessing this performance on the stage. What is
I think I see here clicks from the gas and the what happened at the bar that I think here like the gas with the magic that maybe like I'd probably do more harm than good if I try anything magical. So
Okay.
Zahir is gonna try and like see if he can see one of our friends. Because my plan was like to shoot a bunch of like basically arcane barrage to make like fireworks.
Okay, let me ask
But-
Pan what he's doing, because he would be like the go-to figure to be spotted in a crowd like this, seeing as he's 10
Okay.
foot tall.
Yeah, that's
Pan, what are you doing with Rowan at the moment? And Gray, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. I think we're still discussing, right?
Yeah, just chatting.
Are you out? You're out in the crowds, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'd be able to see them, Zahir, no problem. Well, at least you'd be able to
Okay.
see Pan where they are.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna like I'll make a connection to Pan and I'm like, well, I don't think they need my help. And I was like start making my way. I see you, please sorry, and you just hear that in your head as I'm like making my way through people like sorry, ow. Also, by the way, what's that about a hooded figure? Like, cause that's the one thing Curious said to me.
Oh, Drew said a hooded oh dear. There was a hooded figure over back at the bar.
Yeah,
Well-
yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Sorry.
you were saying?
Sorry, you leaned in like you were about to say something, Jackson. I got really good.
Yeah, no, go on. Please continue.
Well, apparently they went into the building on, and I will in whatever direction. I don't know which relation. I'm like on their left or right or whatever.
I see.
Zahir was
And
it?
um, yeah.
Yeah, Zahir. This hooded
How, no,
figure
I'm.
you're
This is
asking-
telepathically. I have not
this is
even anywhere close to
telepathically.
you guys with this crowd.
My bad.
But I'm assuming Pan is gonna tell you. But I am physically not there. As
Okay.
if you guys do something, I will not be able to help.
I'll relay.
Okay,
Oh.
so you're relaying this information telepathically to them, correct?
The pan, yes.
Okay. And Pan, what's happening?
Was there a direction that was given?
Do you know what directions are here?
Did Courier tell me which building they went into? Because
I don't believe
I did say so, yeah.
Did
She
you?
said like the building on the
yeah,
right
because I thought
or
they told me.
something
That's
like
why I'm confused about.
Okay.
I see.
So,
And then I'll describe whatever building got described to me.
right here.
Right. Well, do we want to go over?
I'm up for it.
Yeah, let's go. I'll start potting the crowd with my large stature.
Just squishing people as they step out in front of you. Just like a bulldozer
Like-
charging through snow.
No, it's just Mario jumping on top of like those Goombas. Just like boop, 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 boop.
Right,
Oh, is it-
Gwendolyn, are you coming with? Gray and Gwendolyn, are you coming?
I would take a moment before I gesture to follow them and sort of just like tap Gwenny on the shoulders and just kind of like reassure them, like as they see the dragon like fairy flying up on the stage and doing stuff with the smoke, and just like point to one of the runes on my sword that's like the smoke spell and just be like, it's fairy magic.
Yeah, Gwendolyn
Okay.
would have been very worried when she saw the smoke coming from the dragon.
Yeah, it was just like I would just point to my sword and like relay that like this is just magic stuff.
Thank you.
So at this point, Clover is on one hand and has a crossbow belted to her feet. Is it lining up a shot? As you guys move towards the shadowed figure, you notice the head turn in your direction, and that's where we're gonna stop this session.
Oh,
We're gonna stop right here.
Hell yeah.
Wait, so Clover's lining up a shot from the stage? Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah, about that. I wanted to ask you a question about that. Would I get disadvantage since I'm, half blind?
No, because let me work that out, and we'll talk about that before next week. But,
Alright.
Because if I say yes to that, I can literally give you disadvantage on anything.
Alright.
You know what I mean?
You
Like I don't
technically
want
can,
to.
you're the DM.
Yeah, you technically
Have
can pop a
disadvantage?
meteor on us.
I wouldn't do that. I don't want to limit you guys in that way. I think that's. But yeah. First session's over. I know people might have to leave and not leave or whatever else. That's been 4 hours. So I think what we'll do is we'll tie that up now. We'll be streaming again next Sunday if that's okay with everyone. I know we need to talk about some of that after this stream. But the plan is next Sunday. Yeah, I hope everyone's enjoyed themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're so good.
Yeah. It was very fun.
It's an interesting start. It's a little bit tumultuous, but we're getting there.
I wonder whose
Yeah.
fault is that.
Again, I'm
If it's
sorry
not
to
having-
everyone. I'm
Oh, the
sorry.
person point. So here's like, I just need to make it to that city. I just need to make it to that city. I'll be free of them. I just need
You're
to make
funny.
it.
Funny is that you
Everybody
think
just
you're
joined
gonna
us.
leave. That's funny.
Yeah.
To everybody that's listened or watched in chat, thank you very much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it. If you want to join in again, you're welcome to join us next Sunday, or if can't really wait until then, you're welcome to come and join our Discord. We run games, we chat, we play Discord activities, all sorts of other stuff there. But we're looking to get that moving more. Now this campaign is underway, I'll probably have a bit more free time to do one-shots and stuff, if you're into that. Yeah. Come be a part of the community. We're a friendly bunch, and we love everybody.
Yeah, we promise. We don't point knives to children.
We don't buy it yet.
I'm not a child.
We Don't. You, on the other hand, I can't make promises.
I want to thank all of the people that have taken part in this and have been a part of setting it up. You guys have been awesome, and thank you for supporting everything from the beginning. Until next time, I'm going to peace out. I'll catch you guys in chat afterwards. Yeah. Has anyone got anything they want to add?
I just want to say I want to give a big thank you to our DM Jax.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, let's freaking go.
Thanks for setting
Well,
this up,
Jax.
dude.
I don't know Jax. Who's Jax?
Oh, our DM Puddles.
Ah,
Our Lord Puddles.
When you said
Lord
of
when you said
Guys.
Croaksworth, I was like, oh, he's here, he's here,
Yeah.
he's in the session.
The
He's
great
the big
Puddles.
bad, I'm telling you.
I'm surprised no one asked about that. I'll be honest. I was like, wait, guys, what? That's cool. It's cool. It's all part of a bigger picture. But we'll see what
Also,
happens.
guys, I want to say something before we leave. I'm sorry to everyone that I attempted to kill in the session. I deeply apologize.
Like I think you're all playing your characters amazingly, and I think that there was going to be conflict to begin with. You know, there was some very obvious reasons why one character would not like another character, and that had to be brought up. And this is the first session, so it's the best time for it. And we'll see how it develops over time. I think that it's healthy. We're getting it out of our system. Yeah.
Yeah.
But thanks,
Hell yeah.
guys. I appreciate you all.
Yeah. Thank you. Any final words before we wrap up the stream for today?
Good.
More things to come.
Thank you, everybody.
Catch you next time.
Yeah, I can't wait for next session.
Yeah,
Bye.
did you know?
Once this festival is done, I'm free. Once this festival is done, I'm free. Once this festival is done, I'm free.
You're gonna stay here forever.
I promise there'll be combat at some point. But this is the first session, and I think you guys needed the opportunity.